Why, hello, you lovely little peppercorns. My name's Noa Lee, and welcome to another retro game hopping afternoon. How the hell are y'all doing? I'm doing good. Sorry I haven't been streaming. I've been much busier than I expected, which is why, hence the title of this stream. I will be going on hiatus temporarily. I will be coming back eventually. I don't know when, though. Hopefully sooner rather than later, but yeah. Hey, what's up, hoo? Dang, sad boy hours, but still. Indeed, it is sad boy hours. But it will not be a sad boy stream. We're gonna have fun for the next 3 hours. We're gonna be playing some awesome games and stuff like that. And that's, yeah. So, I'm gonna switch on over to game mode here, if I hit the right button. And we're gonna find a game to play while people show up to the chat and all that. What do I want to play? It's customary to start with something random while the chat is showing up. Super Puzzle Fighter 2 Turbo. Sure. I hate falling block puzzle games, but why not? Oh my god, I remember seeing you 1,000 years ago. What's up, Jimmo? How you doing? It has been literally 10 billion years since I've seen y'all. Hey, what's up, Rumello? How you doing? Good to see you all. Yeah, I kind of didn't realize that it's been 2 weeks. I skipped 2 weeks. Damn, it's been 3 weeks since I've streamed. It does not feel like it. The last, 3 weeks feels like I skipped 1 week on the stream. Hey, what's up, Rachi Wiz? I'm doing okay. Celebrated my hatching D, my birthday last week. Also, happy birthday. Nice. I got a birthday coming up in about a month. Oh, there we go. And normalized sleep this week, which abnormalized dreams. Or with abnormalized dream, unfortunately. Oh, sorry to hear that. Still got some story work done, mostly design rules. Nice. I see YouTube put this big, emoji thing in the corner of the chat. I don't know if you guys have that on your end, but it cuts off just a little bit of text, so it's kind of hard to read the bottom chat thing. So that's nice. Good job, YouTube. What is this game? So this is just your typical falling block puzzle game, I think, which is not a genre I hate, but it's I'm going easy because I suck at this genre. Not a genre I hate, but pretty low on my list. I've definitely seen this game before, though. Old man voice. You've been gone for far too long. I was waiting so long. I've grown a beard and my clothes have started to rot. Also, my diabetes medication didn't show up on time, and I blame that thief UPS man. He's always stealing my diabetes medication. Donovan. Ah, yes, the most well-known Street Fighter character. Donovan. Typical. Okay, so this is like a cross between Tetris and Columns, sort of. Let's rotate that way. Okay. Yeah, I never understood. Are there any falling block puzzle fans in the chat? Because I never understood, one, why there are so many of these games. Two, why they're so popular to begin with. And all that stuff. Also, do I not mix match 3 or something? Maybe I have to make a square? Is that the twist on this one? Or maybe I have to... Oh, yeah, the blow-up thing. Okay, I see. I'm getting a feel for it, I guess. So now I should be able to get all red. Yeah, okay. Oh, this one's at least different enough from what I'm used to. But I always found it interesting how a lot of these have have a battle mode where, as you get, combos in the falling block thing, you attack your opponent, which, I don't know, seems like such a strange thing to combine, but it's so common in this genre that I feel like I'm missing something. There we go. I think I'm winning. I look like I'm winning. This guy seems like he's getting his ass kicked. Maybe I should have put this on normal mode. This might be the one falling block puzzle game I'm actually worth a damn at. Damn. Also, you've been gone so long, NFTs became profitable again, and 1950s fashion has come back in style. Damn, it has been a long time. First of all, there's no way in hell NFTs are profitable again. I'll believe that people are scamming other people into thinking that they are profitable, and people are jumping on board, which is raising the value or perceived value of them, but you know it's gonna crash again. So I don't know. And 1950s fashion is back in style. I know it has been in fashion in Japan for like the last 15-20 years. So yeah, I suppose everything comes back around eventually. I don't know, man. The Zoomers, they got some eclectic tastes. I kind of like it. Boo-doo, boo-doo, boo-doo. Was there like a big NFT thing this past couple weeks or something that I missed out on? Or are you joshing me? Please just start a conversation on NFTs again. I restrained myself. But thank you for the reminder. I have said all I have to say on NFTs, and I guarantee you nothing has changed. If the curious among you want to know my thoughts on NFTs, watch a past stream. I don't know which one. You'll have to dig. Been gone so long, Disney made another Little Mermaid remake, and it bombed, didn't it? Yeah. Ariel's not black, but Greek. Also, wait, what? They made a second Little Mermaid remake? What? Also, it's a Hercules crossover, and Hades is in the after credits. Huh. Alright. Like Disney's Hercules? Or like, did they just like reboot that as a thing again? Did they actually get James Woods to do the voice of Hades again? I know he's not a popular hombre these days because of... Not really sure why, because he's like diehard Christian and he hates the gays, probably. That would be my guess. I am getting my ass kicked. That first level put me in a false sense of security that I would actually be decent at this. Hopefully that's a... Ooh, I got lucky there. I got lucky and now I'm gonna win. That's what it looks like. Oh yeah, Hondo. Well, shit. We are in a very precarious position suddenly. I like how this can kind of just completely turn on you at the drop of a hat. Ah, crap. Caution! No shit. Oh, here we go, here we go. Okay, okay. I gotta get out of jail free red over there if I ever get some red. Oh, yep, give me some blue. There we go. We got some yellow. Oh my god, I did it. I don't think I could do another one though. No, they didn't. That's a joke. Oh, gotcha. Gone so long, a whole remake came out. Although I would like to see that one. Can you imagine? The emoji thing covered it up again. I can't read that. What's it say? Oh, can you imagine Ursula? Okay, yeah. With the voice of Edna Mode. Voice of Edna Mode? You mean like from Incredibles? Is her name Edna Mode? I don't know enough about Disney. I was joking on the NFT thing, but you haven't got. Oh, all right. I don't get your guys' jokes today, apparently. Jesus. Also, they are making a remake of Hercules inspired by TikTok? Well, well, at least they admit it will be bad. Okay. That sounds like a joke. What do you mean inspired by TikTok? Like, I don't understand. I feel like a very old man today, not understanding stuff. My dementia is showing today. Hey man, you're not from Street Fighter, you're from what, Darkstalkers? Another fighting game I haven't really ever played? Well, this is like every other falling block puzzle game. Incredibly boring. What do you guys want to play? I'm looking to jump to something better. Oh, and those things are on timers, so like you can't even... Probably can't erase them until they bloom. Shit. Strider 2? What's Strider 2 on? Arcade? Sega Genesis? Strider 2 the shitty one that everyone hates? I think it is. We could play some Strider 2. Electric Boogaloo. Yeah, I'm gonna die very quickly here. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. But it seemed to work out in my favor. Nope, dead. There's... Nope, done. Good. Yeah, I figured. PS1. PS1. I don't know if I have that one, because PS1 library is not full, but I shall look. Well, that's that game. What was that? Super Puzzle Fighter 2 Turbo on the Saturn. Let's try Strider 2 on the PlayStation. I have a feeling I do not have that one. Suikoden. Do not, Spider-Man. No. No Strider. Shit. Alright. Any other suggestions? As I do some Diet Coke asthma for you. For you all. Let's see if I can find like a 5-second game to play. Ninja Gaiden on the... Oh, this is like a... based on the arcade Ninja Gaiden. Sure, let's play that for like a minute. Yeah, because the original Ninja Gaiden on the arcade was actually a beat-em-up. I think we talked about that last time I streamed, because I think I played Ninja Gaiden NES. Spider-Man for PS1. Alright, we can play that. Let me check out Ninja Gaiden here quick. Oh, it already started. I thought that was a demo mode. Damn. Ooh. Oh, this is rough. I'm so glad when they decided to bring Ninja Gaiden to the NES, they didn't try to make it a beat-em-up and made it into the awesome action platformer that it is. Hiya! Also, he's got the Strider jump. What the hell? I guess we're kind of playing Strider. He's got the Strider jump. This is when you said Strider 2 on the PS1, you absolutely meant Ninja Gaiden on the Atari Lynx, correct? Because if so, fucking nailed it. South Park Pokemon Pinball? I don't believe I've ever heard of a game called South Park Pokemon Pinball, but we could look for it. Also, I was making NFTs for a friend, and he is paying me handsomely. Also, YouTube has announced that they will make YouTube playables, where you can play games on YouTube similar to Newgrounds. Really? That's interesting. I mean, kudos to YouTube for trying weird and wacky things recently. Probably because they're really struggling financially at the moment, so they're probably doing stuff. Yeah, this is garbage. I mean, it's playable. It's playable garbage, but it's pretty bottom of the barrel. Hiya! It would be about 10 times better if they had just one other enemy to fight instead of just, I don't know, dudes in luchador masks or something. That's kind of what it looks like. Dudes in a t-shirt and jeans with a luchador mask. That's what I'm seeing. Get out here. And Top Gun. It says Top Gun on the wall. Possibly. Oh, they're possibly doing the YouTube playables thing, huh? That does sound like an interesting idea. I could see that going very... Maybe there's at least a different enemy showed up. I could see that going very poorly real fast with, depending on how they monetize it. Because I could just very much see, like, you know, people making, like, slapdash, you know, shitty mobile-esque games for YouTube playables. Especially if it was, like... Well, it's probably going to be ad-supported, you know, if they were to do something like that. Because everything on YouTube is ad-supported. Hiya! I think I'm actually doing pretty decent at this. It's not the most in-depth thing in the world, but you know. The enemies are just guys in red muscle shirts. You don't see the luchador mask on their heads? I mean, they're clearly guys in red muscle shirts, but... Ryu kind of dabs when he jumps. Not quite, but he's just like, yaw! Well, saw that coming. How do I jump? Oh. How do I clearly need to grab onto this thing here. No. Come on. Pressing all the buttons. I just need to... Nope. Okay, well. They kept the... This is definitely based on the arcade. Oh, we're gonna see some gory shit here. Well, that's Ninja Gaiden arcade port on the Atari Lynx. Very, very basic. What are we playing? Spider-Man on the PS1. Sure, why not? Where's that PS1 at? I think I went past it. There it is. Spider-Man. Also, yeah, South Park. Oh, right, that game. Didn't we play that? No, we were gonna play that, and then we never got around to it. Might have to turn that on next. For 5 minutes. YouTube finally started cracking ad blocker on Chrome. Firefox for life, baby! Well, not just Chrome. Chrome and every Chrome-based browser, which is literally every other browser out there except Firefox. So if you aren't using Firefox, you can't use ad blocker anymore. Which sucks, because YouTube is practically unusable without an ad blocker. Yep, switch this week. Nice. Oh, man. As if I needed more reasons to love Firefox. Mozilla as a company, I don't think this is running very well, is it? I don't think this is supposed to be just a black screen. Hey, what's up, stuffies? How you doing? Hopefully that was just the intro that's borked and not the game. I think this game's borked. We ain't playing Spider-Man. We're batting 1,000 today. Well, I don't think we're playing Spider-Man. That sucks. Let's play South Park. Or should I be playing the N64 version? I never played the PlayStation version. I played the N64 version when I was a kid. Because I didn't know how awful it was. I just thought it was funny. It's like, oh, it's South Park on the N64. Hey. Yeah, they might be able to, from what I read, I don't know the exact details of the whole ad blocker thing with YouTube right now. Sounds like in the future they might be able to, well, it has something to do with the technology that Firefox uses is different from what Chromium-based browsers use. So if Firefox continues supporting that, in theory, ad blockers will continue working, but YouTube might just find a way around that too. So who knows? Play a Dreamcast version of Spider-Man if you haven't. I'll check that out. Your argument is invalid. My browser is Brave, although it does... I hate to break it to you, Brave is a Chromium-based browser, my dude. I might be wrong, but I'm about 99% sure Brave is a Chromium-based. Although it does make certain switches on fanfic sites unusable, and for some reason it overheats my computer sometimes. What were we talking about? Wow. I didn't realize that the reason they call Brave Brave was because you have to be brave to use it because it'll overheat your computer. I use Opera GX and most of the time look at YouTube on TV.
It hurls through the universe toward its
Oh
destination.
god, it hurled through the universe. Story mode, sure.
I'm gonna show you how to kick ass. Whoa, dude, I'm good.
We gotta play as Kenny, obviously. Play GoldenEye, or well, I will eat your kneecaps. Oh. Shit, alright, well, sorry. We're gonna try Spider-Man on the Dreamcast after this. See if I have that. Spider-Man, Spider-Man on the Dreamcast, maybe, yeah. And GoldenEye. If you guys want to see some horrible GoldenEye play, we'll do it. I have always sucked at that game, and I've never understood the appeal. It's gonna be great.
Hi, Chef.
Hello, children.
Did you hear the news?
What news?
Oh, God.
A big comet is headed our way. It's gonna cross paths with the Earth, and when it does, all kind of crazy, spooky stuff is gonna happen.
Spooky like how?
Spooky like you better get your asses indoors, children. I'm not kidding. Our lives are in danger.
What the hell is that about? Man, Chef is
I like how Kenny's subtitles are still muffled. Find your friends and go enjoy the Renaissance Fair. Operation Turkey Butt. Okay, no, don't let Kenny die, please. No promises. We shall see. Alright, how do I control this? D-pad. Left and right is strafe. Oh, God, yeah. L2 is look down. R2 is look up. L1 strafe. That's turn. Okay, I guess that's pretty standard for the arrow, but yikes. What is attack? Square. Jump. But yeah, switching browsers as needed. Something spice of life and all. Yeah, I do keep just standard Chromium on my computer because as much as I love Firefox, there are websites that don't like Firefox. Probably all the websites that like to collect massive amounts of user data, and Firefox is all about blocking that shit. But I mean, so if I have a, you know, where is this turkey at? So if I have a website that doesn't load on Firefox for whatever reason, like I had a stock music website that I was going to for a while. I forget the name of the website because I haven't used it in a while, but that would not load on Firefox no matter what I did. I had to use Chromium. Oh, there's a tree down. Son of a bitch. Get fucked, Cartman. He's so pissed. KJ's Buffet. Is this the first time they ever, like, tried a layout for South Park? I bet it is. Back when Chef was in the show. Back before he got all butthurt about them making fun of Scientology. It's like, he was on the show and they made fun of literally every other group under the sun, but the second they make fun of Scientology, he books it. Isaac Hayes books it. What a guy. People in glass houses, am I right? Boo, 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 boo. And there's a Stan. I almost called him Kyle.
Hey, dummy, I'm over here.
Oh, I remember playing multiplayer of this with some friends when I was a kid on the N64. I remember it still not being very fun. Like, even as a kid, like, I didn't think this was very good. I mean, at least it's competent, I suppose. It's got more fog than Silent Hill, though. I don't know how you manage that. Hey, what's up, Strange Pale? How you do? Hello to you. Oh, it's going pretty good. Just playing some random stuff here. How's it going for you? You think they would have just, like, copy-pasted a shit ton of turkeys everywhere? But it's kind of the opposite. You actually have to wander around finding them. Which I suppose is preferable. I do gotta give them credit for how well some of the 3D models look as a translation of the show's style. I mean, it's not perfect, obviously, but, you know, for the time, not bad. Like, the turkeys, they look like I would expect them to look. Some of the NPCs that ran out of the Renaissance Fair there looked straight out of the show, at least from the time period. There's a turkey around here somewhere. South Park N64 has better graphics and controls, but worse everything else. Really? What, is there like a major difference between the two versions? Ah, shit. Turkey. Turkey. I mean, these aren't the worst controls. Like, we're gonna play GoldenEye. We're gonna play GoldenEye soon. I think this control's better than GoldenEye. I always thought GoldenEye controlled like just absolute dog shit. I think it's just one of those things, like, if you weren't there at the time, you'll just never understand it. And I didn't play GoldenEye until well after I played Halo, so it's kind of hard to go back from Halo to GoldenEye controls. Perfect Dark's a little better. I know they're very similar controls, but Perfect Dark was a lot more refined. And I'm still not big on Perfect Dark's controls either. Hey, there's all the turkeys. So, ow, ow, ow! There's a lot more turkeys suddenly. Did you know that there were plans for a South Park game similar to Grand Theft Auto like The Simpsons Hit and Run did? It was scrapped due to the creators still being butthurt over this game being bad. I vaguely remember somebody talking about that. It might have been Rebel Taxi mentioned that in his Simpsons Hit and Run video. That does ring a bell now that you bring it up, Romello. Let's point down. They're coming up the hill. I told you, no promises that I wouldn't kill Kenny. Kind of. The N64 version has problems, to say the least. I'm completely in the dark as to what you're talking about. Is it just, like, glitchier overall, or did they do that thing where, like, half the content's missing, like how the 32X version of Doom just, you know, it sucks because half the levels are missing and the music sucks? By the way, what do you think of Sonic Superstars? I'm looking forward to it. I think it'll be pretty decent. I'm excited that they're trying a co-op Sonic thing finally. I mean, they've sort of tried that in the past, going back as far as like Sonic 2, but I don't know, co-op in Sonic games has never really worked out. You know, it's always been very much the player one has like super control over everything, and then like subsequent players. Actually, I don't know if they've ever tried more than 2 players. 2-player co-op anyway in a Sonic game. But I mean, just, you know, seeing another like classic style 2D Sonic game is always welcome in my book. So yeah, I think it's got a nice look to it. As I've said, like, you know, plenty of times, I always hated like 2.5D games, like the way they look. But I think we're kind of in an era now where 2.5D games are starting to care about like stylizing their graphics and not just having like a generic cheap look to them. And I think Sonic Superstars like looks pretty damn good for a primarily 2.5D game. I know it has this 2D stuff too. Ah, it's a black goat. Or a cow? Might have been a cow. Co-op Sonic don't work so good in a fast gameplay. Yeah, but I mean, I'm in the small minority of like classic Sonic fans who have always enjoyed the exploration and platforming elements of Sonic far more than, you know, going fast. Like, I'd never, you know, don't get me wrong, it's fun to go fast in a Sonic game, but I feel like focusing on that just has led them to making a lot of shitty games over the years. Which is why Sonic 3 and Knuckles remains the best game in the series, because you can go fast, but you could also take your time and explore, and you can have a good time regardless of which style you play. So I'm hoping that Sonic Superstars leans more into, like... I know it's gonna, you know, it's sacrilege to say this, but I'm hoping they slow down and focus more on, like, you know, tight platforming and exploration, which always works out a lot better in, you know, in co-op games. Rawr, there's a bear. And there's a turkey around here. God, this game is so boring. Didn't Iguana make this, or somebody? Somebody, like, somebody that has made good games made this. I forget. I miss the splash screens when we turn on the game. It's over, turkey. I have the high ground. You underestimate me, or underestimate my power. Door opened. Oh, it's one of those games. This might be the most I've ever played of story mode in this game. Oh, we got another turkey door here. God. I could, you know, I could see why Trey and Matt were so butthurt about this game and why it was so long before they experimented with South Park games again. Because, like, imagine being a creator of a hit TV show, especially back when this game was made. Like, South Park was, like, such a cultural phenomenon. Ooh, we got a dodgeball now. How do I switch? And then, you know, licensing out your game and trusting somebody to make something worthwhile, and then, like, just sitting back and playing and being like, what the fuck is this? How do I switch weapons? I got a dodgeball. There we go. Ow, ow! Jesus. Hey, what's up, Stipky? How you do? Yo, it's South Park. Unfortunately. The dodgeballs don't seem to be any better than the snowballs. Did you see that they're porting Gex to modern consoles? As they should. As much as I fucking hate Gex. I mean, I think all games should be ported, you know, just for preservation's sake. So even though I absolutely despise Gex, well, which Gex? Like the entire trilogy? Or like just the first game? First game's okay. It's not my favorite, but it's fine. First Gex is fine. It gets bad after that. Yeah, Iguana Entertainment, the creators of Vex. Yes, I forgot that. Yeah, right. I know. That's what I was saying. Like they make good games. They have made games prior to this, and certainly after this. But then they made this. Yikes. They should be porting all the, well, I guess they have ported every Bubsy game except, I guess it's only been Bubsy 1 and 2, come to think of it. They need to port Bubsy 3D and, I guess, Fractured Furry Tales to modern hardware. Although you shouldn't play that. Why do I despise Gex? Because the games are trash, for one thing. They are not good. They're not... And Gex is the most insufferable character I've ever seen. Like, he has nothing on Bubsy. I've said this before. Bubsy is, like, enjoyably annoying. Gex is just fucking kill me please annoying, at least to my sensibilities. Say Gex. Gex. Say Gex. Sex. Gay sex. Ah, I see what you're getting at there. Say Gex, gay sex. I thought the dialogues were funny. You and I have very different comedic sensibilities, clearly, because I do not find Gex's quips funny at all. I find Bubsy's quips not really funny, but annoying and annoyingly charming, I would say. But Gex just, I don't know, Gex just rubs me the wrong way. Limited Run Game created a new engine called Carbon Engine that will make porting older games more easy. They already announced Clock Tower, SNES, Jurassic Park Collection, Gex, and Tomba. Nice. Is that what... I saw, there was a YouTube video that was recommended to me that had those exact games in the thumbnail, and it said, I have been busy, from a creator I didn't recognize. Was that like an employee of Limited Run Games or something? Huh. We have different tastes in comedy. Yep, we must. We must agree to disagree, my friend. Ah, but that is really not... We're done with this. Let's see if I got Spider-Man on the Dreamcast. Dreamcast. Spider-Man? I do not have Spider-Man, it looks like. Samba de Amigo, which I don't think I could even play, cause... Nah, no Spider-Man. Okay. GoldenEye. Well, let's try GoldenEye. We'll see how absolutely terrible at it I am. Oh, that was it. I don't know why I even searched. It was the first one on the list, wasn't it? Sure was. No, that's World Is Not Enough. Which actually is a better game. Just saying. I've played a lot more of The World Is Not Enough, and it is a much better game. I know that's sacrilege because it was made by EA and not Rare, but I gotta call them like I see them. World Is Not Enough is a better game, although I still don't like it particularly. Do I not have GoldenEye? Oh, there it is. Okay. Agree to disagree? Never! 2 pistols at dawn. And the other guy could use his fist. Nice. Yes, he is a YouTuber and is the one that mostly created the engine while working at Limited Run Games. Oh, nice. Okay. This channel seemed to mostly talk about emulation. Oh, nice. Yeah, because that was recommended to me. I didn't recognize... I'd never watched that channel before. And I just assumed it was like a gaming YouTuber talking about like some video projects he had in the making based on the thumbnail and stuff like that. But then when you mentioned those games, like my brain was like, wait a minute, those were the exact games that were in that video that's been recommended to me all week. So that's pretty cool. I'm really glad that there's something out there that's going to help facilitate porting older games, because that's always been a problem, for one thing. What the hell is agree to disagree nowadays anyways? Exactly. Kex's voice sounds like a child predator to me. Like from the Arnold Schwarzenegger movie? No. I don't know why, but you know, my dumb brain, every time I see the words child predator, I literally picture like a child version of the Predator. Which I think is, it might be my brain, like, you know, protecting what little innocence I have left. Can we play Ratchet and Clank after this? I don't think I have any of the Ratchet and Clank games. If we do, hell yeah. But I don't think I do. I will double check though. I just played through the original about 6 months ago. Or replayed through the original about 6 months ago. That game totally holds up. Happy to report. Birthday Gex, birthday Gex. Metro Gexual. Ah. Make sure you Gex before you vex. Sure. Yeah. I think your brain no wonky. Yeah, probably. You're going to get some poor dyslexic in a world of trouble. Yeah, me. I'm the poor dyslexic. You're gonna get in trouble. My friend Matt sent me a picture today that was it was a picture of a sign that said cloth gowns only. But my brain read it as goth clowns only. And then I scroll down and the rest of the image is literally a goth clown and it says dyslexics be like or something like that. And I'm just like, yep, that's exactly how my brain read it. Oh, this is... where's the fire button? There it is. Oh, God, I suck at the... Well, okay. I'm not usually this bad at GoldenEye, but translating the N64 controls onto a PS4 controller is making it even worse. I think I'll manage, though. I might have to remap the controls. I'll just make do. Oh, God. Aiming is so bad. I just need to quit using the reticle, apparently. Noah found that relatable. Someone's going to try to read those out loud and put an S where it doesn't belong. It's fine. Wonder if there will be any censor with the ported Gex, or if it will be fully uncensored, especially that moment where Gex imitates an Asian guy. Yeah, that is, excuse me, a good question. God. Hey, I gotta say, graphically, this game looks pretty good in emulation. I mean, it looks crisp and clean. I like it. It doesn't have that muddy N64 look. Oh! Thank you for piling up. Are you? Oh, you're not dead. This corridor makes me feel like I'm playing Half-Life. I wish we were playing Half-Life instead, although playing that on a... what am I talking about? We're on the Steam Deck. We could play Half-Life. Probably. I'm assuming the Steam Deck runs Half-Life, because it's a Valve game. Fucking better. Also, I think there's been a Linux version of, like, every Valve game for years, so... Yep. So good at this game. Exactly. And as for words I'm not allowed to say, like... Exactly. So how long do I have to play GoldenEye for? Before y'all have had your fill. Like, this is one of those games that I appreciate on an artistic level, and I appreciate from a historical perspective, but I have never liked this game. It would be a lot better if I was playing on an actual N64 controller, though. I'm not doing this game justice at all. I can at least beat this level. I don't think I've ever played through this entire game, though. I'm pretty sure I've always just quit because I disliked it so much. Ah. Get out of the way. One more level, then you can stop. No! Rare games usually age very well, as Rare usually thinks about that. So what you're saying is they didn't think about that with this one. This is the exception. No, I gotta give them credit, though, because, like, trying to make a first-person shooter in a time when first-person shooters on consoles were not really a thing had to have been a hell of a challenge. You know, this is... You're all gonna hate me for saying this, but this is the Bubsy 3D of first-person shooters on consoles. I don't... You know how much I genuinely love Bubsy 3D, even despite how bad it is. But imagine a world, if you will, where Super Mario 64 and Crash Bandicoot never came out. Bubsy 3D would be just as beloved as GoldenEye is. And I'm not making a joke here. I am dead serious. Because when this game came out, there was nothing like it on console. I hate this. Imagine if, like, that one, imagine if that one Alien versus, I think it was Alien versus Predator game on the PS1, which was the first to feature, like, dual stick aiming, like, you know, what we now think of console, FPS aiming. I'm gonna try one more time. But imagine if that came out at the same time this did, and also took off. You know, that one didn't really take off. Nobody's ever played that game. Like, everybody would have been like, yeah, what the hell is this GoldenEye shit? It controls like ass. But there was nothing like it to compare to at the time, so everybody just kind of had to get used to the shitty controls. And then they were able to see, like, you know, everything else the game has to offer underneath. Now imagine a world where that was Bubsy. What a fun world that would be. Beat the first level, then stop. I honestly don't think I can with these controls. Like, I'm not fucking around here. I'm genuinely trying, and I am struggling hardcore. This is like the hardest shit I've had to do. Ugh. I mean, I know I could turn on cheats. That's a thing. Yeah, geez, I'm getting worse. No, paintball for Windows 98 is the Bubsy 3D of FPS. Well, one, who besides you has ever heard of that, Rebello? Well, wait a minute. For Windows 98, though, like, this game came out in 96, didn't it? Or 97? So, yeah. This clearly came out before that game. Or are you saying that game is just so awful it's like Bubsy 3D? That might be what you're saying. Use the Soviet rifle. I can change weapons? I will try. You have to go to a start menu? Or... There we go. Ah, right. I forgot you can change weapons. That was my mistake. Or not. Oop. Oh, I haven't picked one up yet, right? Duh. What? No. No, fuck. Like, even the menus are tedious. Again, it's the controller mapping. N64 controllers map like shit to DualShock controllers. It's not entirely the game, and it's not entirely my fault, but still. Okay. Picking this up. There we go. Now let's just hide over here. And then let's somehow switch weapons. Oh. No. There. Did I switch weapons? Yes, I did. Woo! You also put it at the worst difficulty available, which does not help. Well, shit. Did I really? Well, in that case, I feel like I'm doing pretty decent. Is it just by default on, like, one of the hardest difficulties? Because I didn't adjust anything. Well, that is gone pretty quick. Alright, alright, alright. Let's back up to the menu, and I'll change the difficulty, and maybe that'll help. Just karate chop every enemy or something is your karate chop. Karate chop. Alright. How do I select mission? Damn. Oh! I see. That's how you do that. God, this brain, or this is brain. This brain, don't get it. Maybe that's part of the problem I've always had with this. These menus do not go well with my dyslexia, because, like, I completely misinterpreted that selection there where it was like select the agent, special agent, or 00 agent. I did not even make a, I don't know, my fucking stupid brain thought it was like a play style, not a difficulty, kind of like choosing your stance in like a fighting game. And I just chose the one that sounded the coolest. Actually, to be honest, I probably did. The first time I didn't even realize I selected it, and then I just didn't think about it after that. Oh yeah, this is much better. Well, considering it was on the highest difficulty, I feel like I was doing pretty good, all things considered. Sudden confidence boost. Huzzah. I mean, oh, you mean graphically only? Gotcha. Banjo-Kazooie's controls suck. Certified seltzer moments. Oh no, Banjo-Kazooie controls like fucking butter. Banjo-Kazooie has some tight ass controls. Some tight ass controls. I feel like Banjo-Kazooie's controls have aged very well, personally, but yeah, this is much easier. Alright, I'm even gonna switch to the objectively better weapon after I figure out how to... There we go. Oh, I got a sniper rifle now, too. Let's try that. If I can figure out how to leave my watch. Cool. Only on the N64, though. Yeah. Rare kind of sucked after the N64. I mean, I know they've had some moments. I know some people like Sea of Thieves. Not my kind of game. How do I iron sight here? There we go. There we go. Nope. Nope. Oh, oh, oh. Gotcha, bitch. I mean, don't get me wrong. I absolutely see why this is such a beloved game. I do not think that people are crazy for liking this game or loving this game, but I'm not one of them, and I don't think I ever will be. God, this is so hard to aim. At least I'm not getting shot. Sorry I shot you in the dingus there. Didn't mean to. Cannot you change the weapon with L and R? No. I can't. I cannot you not. No, because L and R... Yeah. So, R zooms in. That's your iron sights. Actually, so does L. And R2 is actually mapped to Z, which means L2 is mapped to Z, And R2 does absolutely nothing. Triangle doesn't do nothing. So yeah, there. I should switch weapons to that. How long is this level? God damn it, how do I get out of the... Ah! Just fumbling with the menus. Only on N64 though, not on Switch, yeah. Oh wait, Toy Story 2 on PS2. Or PS1 rather. Did I have that? Did you see that in the list? The sequel to the beloved Genesis game? I picked up some body armor. You're absolutely right though, Stuffies. Graphically, at least in the N64 era, rare games totally hold up. Button? Nope. Oh! X! Which would probably be A. A switches weapons. That's nice. Kinda wish Dinosaur Planet was made over Star Fox Adventures, but I like Star Fox Adventure regardless of what happened after. Yeah, I didn't think that was a bad game. I think I've said that before. That was alright. I think I would like that game more. I think a lot of people would like that game more if it wasn't a Star Fox game. If it was actually Dinosaur Planet, I think that would have been a better game overall. But, no, Star Fox Adventures, not bad. Kind of underrated, actually, you know. Ever since that one JonTron video, everyone's kind of hated on it, but I don't think it's a great game. I don't even know if I'd call it a good game. It's a better than mediocre game, which is, that gets a passing grade in my book. If you're better than mediocre, you get a pass. Oh god, oh god. Oh right, strafing. Wait, what's it? How do you strafe in this game? Oh, D-pad, right. D-pad is strafe. Yeah, there we go. That helps. I like how that guy fell to the ground, stood back up, and then fell to the ground again. I never played Grab by the Ghoulies. I have heard some people say that that's an underrated classic. I have a funny story about Grab by the Ghoulies. The first time I ever heard of that game, it was on a Conker's Bad Fur Day fan site. And it was basically like, you know, there were like huge rare leaks today. Conker's Bad Fur Day 2 and the spin-off game Conker's Bad Fur Day Grabbed by Goalies. And then somebody had some really crappy fan art of Conker getting tackled by hockey goalies. And I'm just like, oh man, there's 2 new Conker's Bad Fur Day games coming out. How is that an alarm? Can I activate this? What is this? So yeah, just like 2 new Conker's Bad Fur Day games are announced. Fuck yeah! Turns out like Conker's Bad Fur Day 2 was actually the Xbox remake, and Conker's Bad Fur Day Grabbed by Goalies was Grabbed by the Ghoulies. So, you know, slightly off, but that was the joy of early internet here. What do I do? Do I have to like shoot this button, or no? I just activated an alarm on myself. Was there a door I missed to like get around this thing? Yes, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, only first-party rare games hold up, and everything else kind of aged like milk, left behind a radiator in the summer. Yeah. A long time ago, I keep hearing that the Shrek Xbox game was going to be an original IP, but I have not seen any proof of that. Interesting. Now, that was one that... I never played that one, but I remember seeing, like, images of... Is there something below me here? Yes. Ooh, what do we have here? A computer. Fire button. Nope. Bullet decal. Okay, cool. But yeah, I remember seeing like the Shrek game thing for Xbox, and I don't know. I remember it just jumping out to me as looking pretty interesting. Can I shoot this off or something? No. Yes, I can. Then I can open the gates. Oh, I probably got to open this gate somehow for the truck. I think that's what's going on here. Probably should have read how to actually beat this level. Yeah. Well, maybe the truck isn't coming with. Whatever. So it would not surprise me if that Shrek game you're talking about actually has like its fans. I should get the sniper rifle out so I can snipe this dude. Ooh, I got a different pistol. Nice. How do I zoom in again? I'll remember the controls one of these days. It also wouldn't surprise me if that were going to be its own standalone IP as well. Sorry to Tywin Lannister shoot you in the bowels there, buddy. Can you tell I'm reading A Song of Ice and Fire right now? And pretty much have been all year. I started in January and I'm just now on the last book. Last published book. Anything up here? I gotta say, the music though. The music definitely holds up in this game for sure. It's a banging soundtrack. Oh well, maybe the game was going to be a generic platforming collectathon where you save the princess from evil person that was made to show off the power of the Xbox or something. The game was made by DICE after all. Really? DICE made that? No shit. Didn't know that. This is the zoom. We can look up here with the aim button. I can shoot him in the ass. Sorry. I'm not the cleanest sniper in the world, but I get the job done. Ooh. Go down here. Nice. Shows how many times I've tried to play this game, which is not many, because even though I have distinctly remembered playing at least half of this game, I do not remember this level at all, other than like seeing clips of it on YouTube. Yeah, so I guess long story short, Rare had its moments on the Xbox era, but then after that they've kind of sucked. I still think I still think it was a really dumb move that Nintendo did not buy Rare when they had the chance. I should probably switch to a different weapon. Oh, but now a sniper rifle might be good for me. There we go. GoldenEye music made by Robin Beanland, same dude that did the Conquer soundtrack. Well, that's why it's awesome. There's a dude here. Yeah, Conquer's has such a great soundtrack, too. Well, Jurassic Park Trespasser was going to be an original IP at one point, but it was made into a licensed game early on. I've never actually heard of that game. Ow, 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 ow. Getting my ass kicked. Oh, because there was a dude hiding behind the boxes. Shit. Where's your health in this? Or is this like Halo style? Where like you die when you take a shit ton of damage all at once. Oh no. I think that's my health on the right, or on the left there, rather. Perhaps? I guess we'll figure it out. Yeah, screw using the iron sights. Dang, I'm way more accurate just, like, flopping around. That's probably the intended way to play. Did I go back? I did. I thought so. I got a certified Diet Coke moment here. Mmm, delicious. What is Jurassic Park Trespasser on? I've never heard of this game, I don't think. There are so many friggin' Jurassic Park games, it's ridiculous. Oh. Oh. The amount of money Xbox gave for Rare was insane. Though, and that helped them survive the GameCube era, which was not great in terms of sale for them. Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Like, I believe it was like Rare was up for sale, and they offered. Nintendo had like right of first refusal, and I think part of that contract was that if they wanted to buy Rare, they got Rare for like real low cheap, but then they passed on it, and so Rare was able to sell to whoever. And so they just basically gouged Microsoft. But, like, I don't know. It seems like such a strange move. Like, Rare was such a huge hit for Nintendo on the N64. Like, can you imagine, like, the N64 era without Rare on it? Like, I mean, that's like half of the classic games are just gone instantly. Like, Nintendo just would not have freaking been able... I mean, I know the PlayStation outsold the N64, like, you know, what, 3-1, 4-1, something like crazy like that, but imagine how worse it would have been if they didn't have Rare with them. So, like, why the hell wouldn't they buy, like, Banjo-Kazooie and, you know, Perfect Dark, and obviously they couldn't buy the rights to GoldenEye, but, you know... And they would have, you know, had the rights to the other half of Donkey Kong 64. Was there something I was supposed to do in this room? I didn't see anything that looked like I really needed to interact with it. Jurassic Park Trespasser was a PC game. Interesting. Is it good? Covert modem not installed. Data cannot be intercepted by MI6. Now, was that... Maybe I have to come back here with the thing. I did have... Oh, I see. I probably have to place this, maybe? Oh, maybe I don't want to shoot those. Hey, what's up there, Live Coil? How you doing? Sorry to be tardy to the party. Oh, GoldenEye. Yeah, my favorite game. I have to do something with that covert modem, right? Yes. Okay. Select that. Go out here. Incorrectly installed. Okay, where do I install it at? In a covert location? Is that the idea here? Ah, that's not what I wanted to do. Well, that's how you do it, right? Hopefully this is a side mission. Trespasser was so bad, AVGN did a remake, or a review on it. Oh, well, never mind then. Let's put the covert thing back here. Did I do it? I feel like I didn't do it. Maybe I missed my chance because I shot the server. I think you need to install the covert modem on the random computer you find in the alley and then come back here to take the data? What? Random computer in the alley. Okay. But I think it's too late. Okay, cool. Can I just get to the end of the level and basically beat it? Or did I fail everything? It's just too late. I shot the server. So this will be your final stream for a while. Why? I am just insanely busy, and I've been having a really hard time finding the time to stream my super secret project I've been working on, which is going very well, by the way. I gotta say, Sundays are like the only day I could work on it though, because it involves another person. That's all I'm gonna say. And the only day our schedules line up for this super secret project is just so happens to be Sundays, which previously was the only day I had I had set aside for streaming. So, I think this fall, maybe not even that long, maybe like in September, things will calm down and I'll be able to start streaming again. It's my hope anyway. But right now, I'm just really struggling to fit stuff in because I am simultaneously working on adventures and game criticism stuff, and continuing remodels on my house, and working on the super secret project. In addition to my next month is August, which is always busy for me because it's my birthday and my sister's birthday and stuff like that. And I did get lucky. I didn't have to mow the lawn at all last month because we had a drought, but then we got a bunch of rain this week, so now I'm gonna have to start mowing the lawn again too. So yeah, that's why. I just as much as I love streaming and as much as I would like to continue doing it, and will do it in the future, 100%. This is not me saying goodbye forever. As much as I love streaming, it is the lowest priority thing, and I kind of have to cut it at the moment, unfortunately. I know, sad face. I'm sad too. But I think once you see what the super secret project is, you'll understand why. That's all I could say. Because things are always subject to change, and I've learned from experience you don't announce stuff before the time is ready, but yeah. Alright. I don't know if I beat the level. I made it to the end of the dam. That's the end of the level, right? Oh, I guess there's some stuff down there I could go check out. Let's do that. You gotta make a huge comeback. I'm hoping. If this super secret project works out the way I'm hoping it will, and also kind of think it will be a huge comeback. Let's just say that. And also Adventures in Game Criticism, when I eventually get around to releasing stuff. That's going to be a massive, massive comeback for me. That's a long ways down the road, though. All right. Well, I didn't beat the level. I covered a lot of ground in the level. That's GoldenEye. You passed the exit. Well, close enough. You're right. I did pass the exit. I passed the level. I beat the level, as far as I'm concerned. Don't think I'll ever like that game, but hey, you know, can't like them all. What am I looking for? Ratchet and Clank. We're gonna see if I got Ratchet and Clank, which I don't think I do. I did not put it on here, so no. All right, we are open to suggestions while I have a certified Coke moment here. Da-da-da-da. Oh man, this game is amazing. Yeah, I know, my sick GoldenEye skills totally have convinced you all of how great the game is. Certified Diet Coke moment. Yeah, GoldenEye is a bit obscure if you don't know what to do, but once you know the ropes, it gets better the more you play it, just like Majora's Mask. Yeah, as I was saying before you got on stream, Live Coil, like, I think GoldenEye is just one of those games, like, if you didn't play it at the time, I don't think you'll ever understand it. Maybe a few people will, but finish Jak and Daxter? Well, I mean, we're definitely not finishing Jak and Daxter. Yeah, we played Super Puzzle Fighter earlier. That's a great game. Oh, man, I wish you would have been on when I was playing that, because I was, like, asking people, like, to explain following block puzzle games to me because I don't understand them. Crash Bandicoot 1. Well, we played both Jak and Daxter and Bandicoot 1. I am far more partial to Crash Bandicoot, I gotta say. Well, I guess I like Jak and Daxter more overall, but Crash Bandicoot's a better game for streaming. Sure, why not? Let's play some more Crash. I am a lot better at Crash than the last time we played. So, there's that. I'm going to turn on analog, though, because the second and third games spoiled me with their analog controls, so I think I'm going to use the emulator to turn on analog for myself here. We'll see. Nah, you're good, Live Coil. I would have made time if I known this was going to be your last stream for a while. Just had to do some chores. Nah, you're good, man. Yeah, hopefully it won't be that long of a while. Like, you know, a couple months max. I'll promise you this. If I'm not back by Halloween spooky times, I will absolutely make time for a Halloween stream. I'll make that promise. If I'm not back to regular streaming by then, we'll do a guaranteed Halloween stream. Because I would feel bad if I still was not back into regular streaming by then. So I could at least, like, you know, if I planned that ahead of time, I think I could squeeze something like that in. Besides, I never do anything on Halloween anyway. It'd be a great day great day for a spooky stream. All right, before I do that, I need to see if I could turn on port 1 controls, analog controller. I think I could just, I know this game doesn't have analog support, but I think I can force it somehow. Or I could do a screenshot accidentally. That works too. Oop, that ain't working. Maybe I can't do what I was thinking. I might just have to live with it. Controls. Port 1 controls. Use specific analog stick for D-pad input. Forced mode. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Looking for left analog. Forced, I think. Oh, forces. Okay, we should be good with that, I think. Let's go back to PlayStation controller. And I think we're good there. Yeah, hell yeah. Playing Crash Bandicoot 1 with analog controls? What? Sounds like a plan. Hell yeah. I still believe that Rare didn't get bought out by Nintendo is due to Nintendo wanting to support local developers. So that's a nice way of saying that Nintendo is very xenophobic and doesn't like working with non-Japanese developers, which is very true. Retro Studios is a obvious exception to that though, because they're like based in Texas, I want to say. Well, Nintendo is dumb with buying IPs. That is an understatement. Well, you could also just stop at the Nintendo is dumb. That's where I stop a lot of the times. This is gonna be like wild for y'all because I'm like actually decent at Crash these days. Still probably not like the best Crash player, certainly not, but decent enough. I have 100% of the entire trilogy, which makes me nigh on an expert. He says as he can't make a simple jump. Boop, 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 boop. I don't do anything for Halloween either. Haven't dressed in costume in years, and I can only take so many horror movies at a given time. Well, yeah, I mean, usually like when the fall weather hits, so like late September, middle of September for us usually, I just get in a mood to play like horror games. So I pretty much spend like the next 2 months just playing nothing but hot horror games. And we're getting pretty close to that season. I'm quite looking forward to it. Mostly because I hate summer with a passion. It's hot and humid, and I don't like it. There's bugs. Ah, shit. Ah, shit. I gotta go back this way. Boop, 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 doop, boop, boop, boop. Yeah, let's see. Last time I dressed up, I think I just put on a, like a masquerade mask for a Halloween party I had. Ooh, probably like 6-7 years ago, something like that. Damn. I hate that spot.
What have I got?
Now I'm not going to be able to perfect the level. So there's no point in getting boxes. Bro is a crash expert, holy fuck. It's my next tattoo, crash expert. Oh, hey. Get me a 1 up there. Boop, boo doo, boo doo, boo doo, boop, boo, boop, boop, boop. Hey, what's up, Vig? What the fucking Awake for a stream? You still doing these on the Steam Deck? Yep, sure am. Quite like the Steam Deck. No, Japan economy was going under at the time, and they had to support Japanese developers. I think that's kind of a cop-out answer. Like, that might have been a factor, but that wasn't the sole factor. Was that like a mandate by like Japanese government or something? I've never heard of this before, where Nintendo was like forced to support local developers because of a economic problem. First time hearing of this. So please, by all means, enlighten me. Breaking box. Must break the box. Something I'm really glad they changed for the sequels in this game is how you save the game. How you save in this game is so stupid. Like, you have to go to a special stage and then beat the special stage to save, or you have to wait until you beat a boss to save your game. Unless there's some, like, super non-obvious way to save your game that I never discovered in my playthrough, but, yeah. But they definitely fixed that in, oh crap, in subsequent games, because you have, like, the warp rooms and a save wall, which is kind of funny. It's just a wall you save on. Ah, crap. See, there's that expert crash right there. Crash expert. I knew it could be done. They all said it was impossible, but 69 Wumpa fruit. It is speculation, but a lot of things add up. That's fair. I mean, it could have very well been a factor, but considering how, like, we don't have actual numbers because it was never disclosed, but word from several Rare employees was that Rare could have been sold to Nintendo for, like, an insanely low price because of whatever contract they had at the time. So despite the fact that they may have had like an economic thing and had to have supported other developers, it just seemed like such an easy investment to make that, like, you know, why wouldn't they? Oh, I'm going to overwrite my last game. Why does that say 9? Oh, right, because I got 100% on this game. I don't know why it says 98%. Them's lying. The save thing's lying here. But yeah, we got to get Wumpa Fruit, Jace. We got to get Wumpa Fruit, Jesse, breaking box. Oh, that's what you meant with breaking box. Gotcha. Jesse, it's time to get Wumpa Fruit. We can make the purest Wumpa Fruit on the market. I think I did a perfect on that level, didn't I? Pretty sure. Oh no, because there's hidden boxes I can't get. Yeah, son of a bitch. Damn you, Crash. Besides Resident Evil, I hate when games limit saves like that. Honestly, one of my biggest problems with Super Mario World. Yeah. Well, Super Mario World, can't you just go back to the levels that you can save on at any time and replay them? Which is a pain in the ass, admittedly, but if I'm remembering correctly, you could still save at any time. You just have to go back and replay a level. Oh, I might be thinking Donkey Kong Country, come to think of it. Donkey Kong Country has really shitty save system, too, which is one of the many reasons I don't like that game. All right, I don't have a high jump in this game. They added that in Crash 2. I forgot. I don't have the slide either. Bouncy. Now these levels play better with the D-pad than the analog stick. Damn it! I keep thinking I have a high jump. We need Aku Aku, Mr. White! Yeah, I guess the limited save thing can be used well, usually in horror games. I feel like in a lot of Metroidvania games it works pretty well too, because you kind of want that tension of like, oh god, I gotta get back to like a save station. But really doesn't work well for a level-based game like this. But I mean, it's just more of the fact that like you can save whenever you want, as long as you beat a special stage, which is like really convoluted way of like saving your game, or you have to wait until you beat a boss. Son of a bitch. Boink. But like the first few times I tried like playing through this game, like I'm like, damn, this game's brutal. You gotta beat like several levels in a row before you can save your game, because I didn't know about the bonus level thing. Get out of here. Well, I'm definitely not as big of a Crash fan as I am a Spyro fan. I do really like these games now. I'm so glad I took the time to play through them finally. Hey, what's up, Owen? How you do? Long time no see. Good night, all. Don't do anything and make Uncle Iroh sad. And do all the things that make Goddess Eris laugh. I don't know who Goddess Eris is. Good night, Raichu is. I shall see you sometime in the future. Someday, sometime over the rainbow. I've been lurking in specific parts of these retro streams, which is why you haven't seen me in chat. Oh, we have a lurker on hand. That's okay. Whenever I watch streams, I am also a lurker. Despite my charming personality, I'm quite antisocial. And a certified cold brew here. Well, nice. Welcome to the chat. Boing. I don't know why, but I like Crash's design and visuals of this game more than the sequels. I mean, I could see it. I think I'm more partial to the sequels look, but I definitely really like this one too, so. Hot take, I like the classic Crash games, but I prefer many of the later games. Twinsanity, Titans, Mind Over Mutant, and 4. Really? You're the first person I've ever heard say that. Although I have heard a few people say that Crash 4 is their favorite. I have only played the original trilogy so far. I'm probably going to try playing some of the PS2 games in the near future. I'm just going to go chronologically and see how the series has fared over the years. Because I am quite interested to see, like, you know... Oh, I got stuck on some level geometry. Damn it. I am quite interested to see how the series held up in comparison to Spyro, because Spyro didn't fare too well after the original trilogy, other than the 3 games on the Game Boy Advance, which were pretty good. But there's also a lot more Crash games, too, so there's a higher probability of some good stuff in the future. Or the past, depending on how you want to look at it. Boingy. Boingy. This game seems like, I don't want to say easier, but it definitely is a lot more straightforward than Crash 2 and 3, that's for sure. How would you all rank the original trilogy? Those of you who have played all 3 games. I would personally rank them... Ooh, probably... I'm gonna say 3, 1, 2, honestly. I think Crash 2 was my least favorite of the trilogy. Not that it's a bad game. Great game, but... Crash 2's got a lot of BS in it. Whereas this game's harder. It's weird. Crash 2 is definitely not as hard as this game, but it's got more BS than this game does. Ah, crap. 1, 3, 2. Yeah, so pretty close to mine. I think the Spyro series peaked when it started. Oh, like the first game? Yeah, I mean, Spyro's interesting because, like, the whole trilogy, like, all 3 games have their merits and demerits. They all have their good parts and their bad parts. So, like, it's hard for me to say, while I have my preferences, I think Year of the Dragon's my favorite. It's definitely the sloppiest of the 3. Spyro 2 is probably the best overall, but much like Crash 2, also has the most bullshit in the game. And then Spyro 1 is just like a really, like, you know, laid-back, streamlined experience, for better and for worse. So... I will defend post-Naughty Dog Crash games till the end of the time, but if I'm going to be honest, there isn't a single mainline Crash game that isn't flawed. I mean, that's true of pretty much every game. Like a lot of them are good, but a lot of them have flaws that keep me from calling them masterpieces. But I agree that the Spyro series dropped in quality. I think the first Spyro is my favorite, the second one is okay, and the third one is great. Nice. Just prepare yourself mentally for Crash 4 if you are going to 100% completing it. And if you're playing Crash Wrath of Cortex, you're fine. Gotcha. 3, 2, 1 is what we got for Owen's take on the Crash games. Nice. Yeah, I think that's, you know, why Crash and Spyro are just so interesting as, like, trilogies, because, 1, they parallel each other so much. And 2, like, it's really hard to pick out, like, the best game in, like, the series for each of them, because it just depends on the player, like, what you're coming for. Oh, God. I feel like I'm not running, like, I messed up. Yep. God damn, these boulder stages are just brutal in this game. 100%ing this game is a fucking challenge and a half. Oh, don't get stuck on the thing. I already fucked it up, so don't even bother with the boxes. Come on. Please don't crush me. Yeah. Spyro 1 because I don't have to backtrack. That's fair. That's a fair point. It's pretty straightforward. I think the second and third Spyro are good, but I prefer how the first one just had pure platforming that took advantage of the abilities of a dragon as opposed to shoehorning in random minigames and barely focusing on the movement and level design. Yeah, I think that's why... I say that, like, Crash 2 is probably... Or, I mean, Spyro 2 is probably the best overall, because it has a lot of, like, the focusing on, like, Spyro's movement that the first game had, without like the mini games being well, also expanding upon it and not having the, you know, shoehorning of a shit ton of mini games in like Year of the Dragon, because that game would be a lot better if you just cut like a solid quarter, maybe even a solid third of the game could just be straight up cut without changing the quality, and I feel like it would be I feel like it would be a better game overall. Like Sheila's levels are okay. I'd rather not play them. Pretty much any of the ones where you play as anybody other than Spyro just kind of suck, or they're just okay. But I mean, and then like Spyro 1 also had like the speedway stages, like where you're flying through and you gotta like shoot down stuff. I didn't like those either. I felt those were a lot better in keep wanting to say Crash, in Spyro 2 and 3, but I still would prefer if they weren't in the game at all. Hey, what's up, Tanish? How you do? Morning to ya. Oh, I should probably pay attention. I'm afraid to admit it, but I like Enter the Dragonfly. I also like Enter the Dragonfly. Despite the game being bad and the toxic development of the game. It's such an interesting game. That's why I like it. And it has its moments. Like, I know we've said this on stream several times, but the game gets better. Like, the later levels of the game are almost pretty good, actually. It's like the earlier levels are the ones that they didn't finish. So, like, if you could stick it out, like, the game actually gets better the more you play it. Ah, son of a bitch. I did get your email listing. I've been super busy, and I haven't checked. I did reply to it today. I've been super busy, and I haven't had a chance to check my work email for quite some time, based on what I've been doing. But thank you for getting that together. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be streaming for a while after this, but I will be using that list that you took the time to make sometime in the future whenever I come back to streaming. So thank you for doing that, Tanish. Really appreciate it. And we will definitely do the licensed game roulette at some point. Doop boop boop. Okay, watch for the fish. Wait for the thing to snap. There we go. Okay. Boingy boingy. There is a lot of, they really expect you to replay these levels a lot, or a lot of these levels a lot, because you gotta get the gems, the colored gems from later in the level, or later in the game, to come back and actually 100% these levels. Which is kind of interesting, but it's also kind of a way to just pad out the gameplay more, too. We're already 11% through this game? Jeez. Jeez Louise. Update save game. That's what I want. Yeah. Also, hot take. Spyro Hero's Tale is good. Not as good or 1 or 3, but still great. I don't feel like that's a hot take, although I do disagree with it, because I think there's a lot of people that like that game. I don't. I think that game's trash, personally, but I don't think that they're... I don't think you're alone in that. I've heard a lot of people say that Hero's Tale is good. I would much rather play Enter the Dragonfly, personally. I don't know, I just really thought A Hero's Tale was, like, super bland. That's just me. It's personally the perfect modern Spyro game. It has free flying and is epic and grand in scale. Oh, I missed that. Also, I agree that the first 2 Legend of Spyro games suck, especially the second, but the third one is probably my 4th favorite game in the series. I've heard a lot of people say that as well, that they like, was it Dawn of the Dragon? The third one? Oop. I forgot how to fight him. Just gotta jump on his head. Right. Brah. 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 Yeah, I've played every Spyro game except the last two Legend of Spyro games. I played through the first one. It was really bland. I think I'd rather play A Hero's Tale over that. But I've heard that Eternal Night is really bad, so I kind of just lost interest at that point. I would be interested in checking out Dawn of the Dragon at some point, but yeah. I want to buy Dawn of the Dragon on PS3 because I had the PS2 version as a kid, but it's $60. Oh, dang. I got it on eBay, the PS3 version. I got it on eBay for like 20 bucks. Like, it was like 5 years ago, though. Never got around to playing it. But I got a copy. Dang. Yeah, are like PS3 games like the next thing to go up in price? Because I know it's like right now it's GameCube games are insane. Everybody wants a freaking GameCube right now. It's redonkulous. Hey, what's up, Aiden? How you do? Good morning. Long time no see, and yo, it's Crash. It is Crash. Nice. Get that checkbook. Yeah, I'm actually competent at Crash now. It's amazing. Last time I streamed a Crash game, I got my ass kicked. Also, this game plays so much better in Sonic's ass mode when you have a analog stick. That's how I play. I don't know how you guys play Crash, but when it's Sonic's ass levels, I use the analog stick. When it's like side-scrolling levels, I use the D-pad. It just works out best for my brain. Ow. I ain't even bothering with boxes and stuff. This is just a filthy casual playthrough. The Ripto boss fight in Enter the Dragonfly is crap, and it's the only boss fight in the game that you have to play it 3 times with BS phases every time. Yeah, that is crap. You probably know this, Romello, because you're an expert on Enter the Dragonfly, but my favorite part of Enter the Dragonfly is how it's incredibly easy for anybody to speedrun that game by glitching through the ground and going straight to the final boss in about like 3 minutes. It's like so easy to just go straight to the final boss of that game. It's insane. I love it. Might just be the PS2 version. Maybe I haven't played the GameCube version. I don't know if that glitch is replicatable on both systems, but the PS2 version, you could just like straight up headbutt the ground at a specific spot and go right to the final boss. It's incredible, and I love it. So if you want to, like, you know, get some street cred and say, hey, I beat Spyro Enter the Dragonfly, but you don't actually want to take the time to do it, just you can just beat it in about 5 minutes, and just to say you did. That's probably the best part of Enter the Dragonfly for me. I don't remember exactly how to do it. I think the hub world has like a hatch or something that opens after a certain point, and when you fall down that, it goes straight to the final boss. But if you have like the ground pound ability, which I think you actually have to get somewhere in the hub world, you can actually like ground pound in a specific spot and clip through the ground. Ooh, Hog Wild. Have I played Twinsanity? I have not. I have only played the original trilogy so far. I am working my way through the entire Crash series. Oh, I played a little bit of Crash Team Racing, but not enough to say that I haven't beaten that one or gotten anywhere near competent at it yet. Oh, I missed a box. Oh well. Checkpoint! I love the frickin' music in this level with the rubber band noises. Oh, I almost fucked that up. I fucked that up. Damn it. I had Crash 1 on PS3 and had to use the D-pad. Yeah, normally you do. I'm using the emulator to force analog, thankfully. It was really nice that they added analog to Crash 2 and 3. That helped a lot. You need to play that one. It may be glitchy and rushed, but it had so much personality. It's my personal pick for your favorite in the series. Nice. I personally still think Enter the Dragonfly sucks, but I think it has the best theming in the series. Theming? What do you mean by theming? Like the level themes, or certainly not the style, because that game's ugly as sin. I don't. I'm guessing you're not defending the visual theming of that game, but did you know that Spyro 3 has a glitch that can lead you to an unused aria? No, I didn't know that. The glitch can be triggered in the cowboy level in the last stage. Oh wait, yes, I do recall watching a video on this, now that you mention it, in the cowboy stage. And I might have actually done that. I don't remember. Yeah, it's just like an area that they cut from development, right? Or they never ended up using. It was going to be used for something, some mini game or something. I guess that rings a bell now that you mention it. Almost first try. I know, I was so close. At least I got the checkpoint, so I don't have to redo the whole level. It's really nice that they made it so you don't have to get all the boxes on a single life in Crash 2. Damn it. In Crash 2 and 3. That was kind of a ridiculous choice for this game. In order to get the gem for the level. So, definitely a good choice to switch that up, Naughty Dog. I almost hit that thing again. That spiky thing. Stay over here, stay over here. There we go. Twin Sanity is alright. I've never gotten around to beating it, but it was fun from what I played. I've heard that if you have the Xbox version, playing it on a 360 makes it bug the hell out or something. Really? Huh. Like a farm being invaded by aliens, a thief den, etc. Oh. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, the alien farm thing in Enter the Dragonfly, that's probably the worst level, but I do like the theming. It was a good idea, just very poorly executed. Also, that level has a very bad habit of having all of the graphics just completely disappear, so you're walking on invisible level geometry. That happened to me so many times in that level. And then you just basically had to, like, live with it until the game decided to, oh, right, we're supposed to be loading graphics here. Sorry about that. And I think it was, like, replicatable, too. I figured out, like, if you walked, like, to this one spot where, like, the seam transition between, like, one area and another area came together. If you, like, stood on that, until like the next area loaded in, and then you walked backwards a few steps and then went through, the area that was just loaded in would just like completely disappear and only the level geometry would be loaded in. So you just walk on nothing for a while. It's ridiculous how broken that game is. But it's also kind of amazing how broken that game is. Like, part of the fun of that game is, you know, how buggy it is. Boingy, 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 boingy. I think Temple Run owes Crash Bandicoot a check. I mean, they are never going to give it, but... What's Temple Run? Is that one mobile game that everybody was playing before Subway Surfers came out? That sounds familiar. I just don't play the mobile games, so I am not wise to the world. Damn it, right! Don't have a high jump. Oh, I still can get it though. Nice. Boingy. Get out of the way, turtle. Look at those elite crash skills right there. Boop, 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 boop. Slippery slope. Temple Run was kind of the OG mobile endless runner. Okay, that's why I know it. I can kind of see it in my head. Yeah, it's kind of crazy to think how like popular endless runner games have become, and thanks to mobile games. Like they were kind of just always like a niche thing or like a flash game thing, really, until mobile gaming became big. You know, like back in the day, like, you know, the only endless runner people knew of was like Cannibalt, and then suddenly like every other mobile game is an endless runner of some type. I think you mean Temple Run owes Pepsi Man a check. Yes, absolutely. No, Crash did it first. Yeah, but Crash isn't an endless runner though. Pepsi Man is. Slight change. I think Tanisha's onto something with it, Pepsi Man. But I mean, you could just make the argument that Pepsi Man is just like, you know, an auto runner Crash Bandicoot, so. Because it kind of is. Boingy. Ah, I fucked up. I almost tried to do a slide jump there, like in like Crash 2. Shit. Fire. Ooh, I almost fucked up. Oh, I almost fucked up. I did fuck up. Son of a bitch. Pepsi Man. I had Temple Run on my phone as a kid for way too long. I had nothing on my phone as a kid, because I'm too old. A phone was a thing that was plugged to the damn wall when I was a kid. You didn't play games on a phone. It wasn't until I was nigh on a teenager that even Nokia games had even Nokia games had phone. Even Nokia phones had games on them. That's not quite true. My mom did have a cell phone briefly in the mid-90s that she eventually returned for a car phone because it sucked. And I think it had some version of Snake on it. The closest thing we had to like that kind of game when I was a kid was like those weird gray like discount games that were like they had like a not a dot matrix, like an LCD black and white screen. They're kind of like a Tiger Electronics thing, but they had they boasted like 150 games, but they were all like a variation on like Battle Tanks or Snake or something like that. It was awful. Boingy. Shit. Same with Candy Crush, nice. You ever had a game you think you would like more if it were cheaper? That is something I'd never thought of before. I don't really judge Ah, damn it. I don't really think of games. I did read that right? Yeah, cheaper. I don't really think of games or how much I enjoy them based on their price. I mean, I'll definitely say, like, you know, certain games are overpriced or something like that. But I don't think I would like a game less based on its price. I'd just be kind of upset that, like, you know, well, a game that, like, a good example of that would be Sparkster for Sega Genesis. I've wanted a copy of that game for, like, for like 15, 20 years. I finally got one last fall. And it was $170, which is way more than I usually spend on a game. But because that was the cheapest I had ever seen it, I took a chance on it, and fuck! My expert crash skills are failing me suddenly. But I mean, I had already played that game a bunch in emulation, so I already really liked that game, so, you know, kind of got to the point where it's like, well, I feel fine, you know, taking a chance on it, because one, I'm probably never going to see it for this cheap ever again, at least not in this condition. And it was in pretty much damn near mint condition. So I'm like, I'm never going to see it this cheap again. I've always wanted it in my collection. And I'm going to... Oh, that was close. And I know that I like the game, and it would be really nice to play it on actual hardware finally. So, yeah, I bought that, but I still think $170 for that game was, you know, too much. Like, as I've said before, I don't think, like, any game is worth more than, like, $60, honestly. I feel like the modern, you know, the current thing of, like, a $70 price point is asking too much. I understand it, but I don't like it. I feel like developers should just, you know, make lower budget games than try to, like, you know, force more money out of their customers while continuing shitty business practices, but that's me. Oh, crap. Double crap. Triple crap. Well, at least I'm not dying when I fuck up here. I swear the freaking side-scrolling levels in this game are just, like, exponentially harder than the Sonic's ass levels. It's kind of like Naughty Dog felt more comfortable being assholes in a proven, No! Are you kidding me? No! Fuck. I don't know how I ended up sliding over. I must have, like, got pushed by the edge of a box or something. But, yeah, Naughty Dog must have felt more comfortable, like, pushing the boundaries in the 2D levels since it was a proven concept. There we go. Missed the life, but oh well. I had a flip phone for 20-something years before my job forced me to get an iPhone. Damn. Yeah, I know. That's, like, the thing. Like, I didn't end up getting a... My first smartphone was an iPhone 5S, which was already really outdated by the time I got it. And I think that was in 2016 was my first smartphone. And it was only because it was on sale. I was a manager at Best Buy at the time, and we had, like, the 5S's on clearance, so it was, like, super cheap, and I'm like, why not? Let's take the smartphone plunge. So, yeah. I didn't have a flip phone. Well, actually, I had a slider phone with, like, the, you know, it was like a normal phone, and then if you held it sideways, like, and slid it up, like, the keyboard would come out. God, I miss texting on that thing. God, texting was so much easier when we had physical, like, slide-out keyboards on phones. I'm gonna be the old man here. Old man voice. I remember we had internet, and we couldn't use internet when someone was on the phone, and videos were 4 times smaller than the ones now. 4 times? Pfft, try like 20 times. Yeah, dial-up was a thing. Well, I mean, we had dial-up when I was younger, but it was already sort of on its way out by the time we got dial-up, so most of the internet was, you couldn't really load any web pages on a dial-up connection. So dial-up was like way too slow to actually use regularly by the time we got it. It was, I want to say 2007 was when my family finally got the internet. So yeah, I just didn't have internet access unless I was in school until then. And we had shitty satellite internet, which had like a massive like bandwidth limitations. Like I think we had like a 80 gigabyte a month data cap, which was, you know, and that was right around the time YouTube came out. And you don't think 80 gigabytes was a lot of data, or you thought 80 gigabytes was a lot of data back then. Why did I jump there? But YouTube videos ate that up pretty fast. So we get to a point where like we'd go over our data limit, and then they would just like shut our speeds down, so it went back to like dial-up speeds. So practically unusable for like a week or two. It was awful. And actually my parents just got like 2 or 3 years ago, just finally got like a decent internet connection. Not even a great internet connection, just like a decent one. Because, yeah, Wisconsin is still very rural, and the area I grew up in just, you know, was so far out in the boonies that, like, it was dial-up or satellite internet exclusively for a very long time. And actually, there still is no cell phone reception at my parents' house. Like, my parents still have a landline phone because there's no cell phone reception at my parents' house. If you're lucky and you stand in the right spot in the window, stand in the right spot, you can actually send a text message, but you can't actually, like, make a phone call. But, which, I mean, who makes a phone call on a smartphone anyway, so it's all about texting. Imagine if Crash had fall damage like a certain Bobcat we all love to hate. I know, right? God, that would be awful. Personally, I like Death Stranding while only paying $12 for it. Not sure if I would like it as much paying $89 for it, and probably would return it if I did. Yeah, I see what you're getting at there. Like, I feel like it's the same game regardless of what you pay for it, but it definitely is going to give you a different impression. You know, if I, like, take a chance on a $10 game and it's, you know, and it turns out to not be a very good game, I'm still probably far more likely to look on that game with, you know, I guess, quote-unquote, more objectively, because it didn't really cost me all that much. But, you know, now that I'm thinking on it, I might have a game that fits the bill, and it's Sonic 06. Because as I've said before, part of my absolute hatred for that game, despite knowing what the game could have been, and the fact that Project 06 is very much fixing that game up, kudos to them, I did pay $80 for that game, brand new, because, and the PS3 version, which is objectively the worst version of the two, which is saying something. I was burned so much on that because I had a PS3 and nothing to play on it because the PS3 is like first 2 years were a fucking wasteland of dog shit. And when it came time to play some Sonic 06, the only store that sold video games around us was Walmart, and they didn't carry it. So my only option was, and we didn't have the internet at the time, so I couldn't buy online. So my only option was to go to this music store, this mom and pop music store we had in town, and special order it. And it took like 3 weeks to show up, and I had to pay an extra, extra $20 on top of the $60 price tag to order it because it was a special order. And then I finally got it, and the game I got was Sonic 06. So I kind of understand where you're coming from, Tanish, now that I think about it. Because had I not, paid so much for that game and been so heavily burned on that game, I might have looked on it with a little, fairer perspective. But yeah, it burned me so bad that that was kind of the moment that Sonic died for me entirely. I would say I was still a pretty big Sonic fan until that moment, and then it was very soon after that. I think it wasn't until Sonic Unleashed came out that I was just like, okay, Sonic is fucking dead. But, Sonic 06 definitely put me on that path, and then when Sonic Unleashed came out, I was just like, okay, this is never getting better. Sonic is dead to me. Sort of thing. The internet infrastructure in my area was finally updated past... Oh, I'm fighting Ripperoo here. I'm dying to Ripperoo here. What was that? The internet infrastructure in my area was finally updated past DSL recently, and I now have 60 megabytes a second instead of 500 kilobytes. Damn, dude. I'm so sorry to hear that. Or megabits. It's not megabytes. Megabits. 60 megasecond instead of 500K. Damn, dude. I feel for you. Me as a young person. Whoa, you use your phone as a phone? Lamau, my parents are old. They are not old. Well, I mean, they are because I'm old. My parents aren't in their 60s yet. They will be next year. Oh, shit. Big TNT. I don't remember that big TNT thing there. I don't remember it saying big TNT. I forgot how to fight Ripperoo here. Hold on. Actually, I should probably catch up with the chat. I see you guys have been chatty. I think one of the main reasons I don't really like Crash is because I don't really like the music. Really? That's surprising. It doesn't stick out, and it doesn't like it does in Mario or Sonic. Yeah, I will say I don't think it's not like Spyro. Spyro, as you know, Stuart Copeland did a fantastic job with the soundtrack, but I don't know. I think the soundtrack's pretty good in Crash. Not every song is a hit. Like, I really like the Hog Wild level. I really like that song, but it's definitely going for more of a more atmospheric vibe. It's not trying to be like in your face like Mario or Sonic. I think it's just a different vibe, but I can see what you're getting at. There's a video about a meme called "I want shorter games with worse graphics." Yes, I agree with that. I think I've watched this video. That sounds familiar. Which talk about wanting more indie games and not caring so much about AAA with high budget graphics and giant open world. I definitely do. Yeah, I agree with that sentiment. I do also want shorter games with worse graphics. Specifically, I would take shorter games. Cause like, I finally beat Tears of the Kingdom. It was like a couple weeks now at this point, but still, I put 160 hours into that game, and I could have put more, but I just had to stop. I did beat the game and all that, and it's too much game. I just, especially since I put 160 hours into that game, and I'd say only about 80 of those hours were genuinely good. The rest was just tedium. Just straight up. I liked it a lot more than Breath of the Wild. A lot more than Breath of the Wild, but I still think it was just way too big and way too empty, and all my criticisms of Breath of the Wild pretty much stand. It's just they're lessened because they're, it's a tighter game overall. And yeah, the size of the game made a huge difference. So like, it's been several weeks now, but I've been like spending the last couple of weeks playing games that are like 5 to 10 hours long because I'm just like, I do not want to bite off another like game that's going to take me 80 hours to get through or something like that right now. I just do not want to put in the time. I would rather play like, a variety of games than focus on one game for a long period of time. And I understand why developers are going that direction because, one, games are so expensive these days, or at least they're perceived to be so expensive, that the developers and publishers want people to feel like they got their money's worth. Ow, bitch. So I see why they're doing that, but I don't know. The amount of content in a game for me has no bearing on how good it is. Like, even something like Elden Ring. Like, I love Elden Ring. It's, fantastic game. I think it's one of the best games ever made. I think it's too big. I think it's too long. It's too much game. It's just too much. Too much. Which is saying something because the Souls games are games that I have replayed, each one well over a dozen times. But I've only played through Elden Ring once. Even so, like, I don't know. It's like the game is so big that I don't want to replay it. Whereas like the other games, like I could beat in like, 20 to 30 hours or like, under 10 in the case of like Dark Souls 1 because I'm so fucking good at that game at this point. That I've put well over 1,000 hours into Dark Souls 1 because of how small it is. But I put like 120 hours into Elden Ring, and I just kind of don't want to play it anymore because it's like, it's just too big. I don't know. It's a weird thing. I just realized something. The villain Megabyte in Reboot would not be intimidating nowadays because his name now makes modern computers a million times more powerful than him. True. Very true. Also, Reboot. What a fucking banger of a show that was. That was a good show. Best part of Project 06 is that the guy making it never played Sonic 06. Oh my god, I didn't know that. That is amazing. $80 for Sonic 06. That sounds like a war crime. It is. Absolutely. I got Sonic 06 for PS3 on my 12th birthday as a kid. So my parents paid $80 for it, and I'm sorry, Father, right? Oh, that's the other thing. My parents didn't buy it for me. That was my hard-earned, like, saved up, whatever, doing stuff around the house or selling something or, like, birthday/Christmas money that I had been holding on to money. It wasn't like, like, Mom and Dad, can I have $80 for a game? It was like, no, I freaking saved up for that for, like, probably, like, 2 or 3 weeks, maybe even longer. And then I had to pay $80 for it, and then I had to wait 3 weeks for it to come in the mail, and then it was Sonic 06. Worst purchase, probably the worst purchase of my life, I gotta say. Crash is better than Spyro in almost every way, in my opinion. I mean, I like Spyro more, but I can't disagree with that opinion because it's there's a lot to like about Crash. I mean, yeah, I think it just comes down. It's a matter of taste. I paid $50 for the 360 version not too long ago. I played the PS3 version before, but wanted the 360 version. Good choice. I mean, it's still Sonic 06, but even when I bought the PS3 version 8 years ago, I knew what I was getting into, so I never hated Sonic 06. Yeah, that's something to be said. Like, if you know what you're getting into, there is a lot to like about that game. But when when you're expecting Sonic Adventure 3, which I was absolutely expecting Sonic Adventure 3, yeah, there's... I don't know. That's all I gotta say about that. I put Tears of the Kingdom down after like 5 to 6 hours and went right back to Final Fantasy V. Get fucked, Nintendo. Final Fantasy V, one of the weakest entries in the series by most Final Fantasy fans' consideration, is better than Tears of the Kingdom. Get fucked. I actually did like Final Fantasy V when I played it years ago, but I know it's not a very beloved game in the franchise. The higher price point makes sense, but there's one issue. The game has to be worth $110, and most aren't. The buggy, boring messes they are. Yeah, I have a hard time, like, saying what the value of a game is. Because, like, you know, even like Dark Souls 1, you know, which is a masterpiece in my eyes. Even that's like, I don't know if I would say that's worth $110. Because, like, one, if it were that price, I probably never would have picked it up. And I don't think I would have ever gotten into the Souls series then, but I mean, I've put 1,000 hours into that game. So, over 1,000 hours into that game. So, I mean, even if it were $110, that's like fucking some cheap-ass game. That's like, what, $1 an hour? Less than that? I'm not very good at mental math. I think that's like $1.10 an hour, if my math is correct. That's some cheap entertainment right there. So, yeah, I don't know. It's interesting. Pricing games is weird to me. I feel like $60 is like too much for most games, honestly. Even if they, like, I think Elden Ring was worth $60. I do not think Tears of the Kingdom was worth $70. That was highway robbery. $60 still would have been pushing it. I think that should have been a $50 game. But I mean, if you're judging by the amount of time I put into it, you know, that would be a deal. $70 was a deal because it got 170 hours out of me, but at the same time, I don't think it was like a good 160 hours. It was like a, you know, passable 160 hours. Damn it. I'm up for whatever. I'm just throwing this out there. Do you guys want to keep playing Crash, or do you want to switch to something else? I'm totally down for playing more Crash, but we have been playing it a while, so if you guys want to switch, I'm down. Just let me know. I'm going to have another certified cold brew moment here anyway. I haven't bought Tears of the Kingdom because I don't want to buy Switch games now that I have a Steam Deck and ROG Alley? ROG Alley? I don't know what that is. But congrats on the Steam Deck, because goddamn do I love the Steam Deck. It's awesome. I remember seeing Sonic 06 on the shelf at Vizio Easy Aussie Blockbuster circa 07. I wish I could play it, but I didn't have a console at the time, so I couldn't. Nice. Hot take incoming. Ooh, hot take incoming. My youngest brother, nearly 18, has sunk over 250 hours into Elden Ring. I mean, I'm sure I'll get there someday. 120 hours for one playthrough is a lot. And unlike Tears of the Kingdom, where like 50% of the game was great and 50% of the game was awful, I'd say pretty much all of my time spent with Elden Ring was amazing. But I have had a hard time going back and getting another playthrough going on it, as I've said a couple times. And I don't know what it is. It might just be staring down, you know, another 100 hours in the game when, you know, I could just replay Dark Souls 2 again. And, you know, I don't know. It's like I could replay Dark Souls 2 5 times by the time I finished one playthrough of Elden Ring. The game's too big. Even though I really loved it. Well, I gotta go see ya. Whenever, wherever. Bye, Romello. I don't know when we'll see each other, my friend, but we will see each other again. Have a good rest of your summer. It'll probably be like September at the earliest. I'll be back, so have a good rest of your summer. Stay cool. Don't let the Canadian wildfires get you and all that. I know you're not in Canada, but wherever you're at, the Canadian wildfires are probably having an effect on you because they're having an effect on the entire globe right now. What did I miss? LBP 1 was fun for me. What turned you off? What did I miss? Little Big Planet? Did somebody mention Little Big Planet? Or did I'm missing what LBP is? I've been thinking about getting Sonic 06 on PS3 since I bought my friend's PS3. I think if you could find it cheap, it would be worth checking out, but you might as well just play Project 06. You'd be better off. Glad you like it. Final Fantasy V maybe a little underrated. Yeah, I played probably about half of it, I would say. I never finished it. I would say it's it's underrated. Yeah. I don't remember much of it, but I do remember I enjoyed it more than I was expecting. Oh, there's where Little Big Planet came in. The worst purchase I can think of off the top of my head was either Little Big Planet or Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles. Both horrendous games. Okay, first of all, Little Big Planet is overrated. 100% agree. It's a good game, though. I loved Little Big Planet back in the day. It was a lot of fun. The sequels, not so much. Sequels were not very good. The first Little Big Planet was pretty damn good, but very overrated. I never played Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles, so I can't comment on that personally, but I know that game has its fans. Doesn't look like a game I would enjoy, but I can't say if it's horrendous or not. I do like some Little Big Planet, though. But I probably wouldn't take the time to play through it again. I did play through it a lot probably because it was like the only game on PS3 for a long time. Why did I do that? Keep playing Crash. All right, let's keep playing Crash. We got one vote for Crash. Let's switch to Wild Guns on the SNES. Ooh, I haven't played that in a long time. Legend of Zelda 1 on NES. Ooh, y'all are tempting me. Well, let's finish this level of Crash. And then it's looking like most of the chat wants to switch to something else. Sorry, Stuffies. I'll at least finish this level. This is like, even in my even in my playthrough of this that I did recently, I remember this level being like the most challenging level for me, and it's still giving me trouble. Like, I think, is it Slippery Climb? Yeah, Slippery Climb is, like, considered one of the hardest levels in this game. I fucking breezed through that shit. But this level, this fucking thing. I don't know, I think it's just these bats. My brain doesn't, just can't jive with the timing of the bats. Let's just go here. Maybe it's because I don't like waiting. I have been kind of wanting to replay the original Zelda recently. And Zelda 2. I don't know why. I just have had a hankering to play Zelda 1 and Zelda 2, because I haven't played either one of them for a very long time. Actually, I really should replay Wind Waker. I haven't replayed that since the HD... damn it, the HD release on the Wii U. And that was on the Wii U, unfortunately. Oh my god, I keep hitting my head on that. Oh, this fucking level. I think this is the bane of my, like, Crash playthroughs, was this one fucking level. Oh, thank god there's a checkpoint. Oh, no! Get up here. Get up there. Get up there. Yeah, okay. This level sucks. Ain't even gonna bother trying to get shit. Just gonna... Yeah. Oh. There we go. Okay. Whew. Whew. Sonic Labyrinth. God, no. I played that once on stream already. We're not playing that again. Have we done Croc on stream yet? Zelda 1 sounds cool, too. We got 2 votes for Zelda and also Croc. No, I don't think we did play Croc on stream. I don't remember. One thing that drives me mad about Switch games, especially first-party games, is they never go on sale. $89 for freaking Kirby a year later? Heck no, right? Yeah. Oh, right. When you said you got... I keep forgetting, you have Australian dollars, Aiden. Right. Which is, like, less. Yeah. So $89 to you would be, like, $60 for Americans like me. So, yeah, okay. Yeah, understand now. I'm just like, wait a minute, $89 for Kirby? That's fucking highway robbery. But I'm like, oh yeah, $60. Yeah, that's a $60 game. $60 American. Boing. What do you think about what happened between Dolphin, Steam, and Nintendo? Some people seem to think Nintendo might try to attack emulation using a similar argument they did during that accident. Yeah, so wasn't the whole thing with Dolphin that it uses some code that Nintendo owns or something like that? And that a future release will probably be able to be on Steam because they're changing it so it doesn't have that code. I didn't look too deeply into that, but I definitely did get like a cursory glance of what was going on there. You know, my first reaction is fuck Nintendo, always. I have no love for that company, as you all know. So yeah, fuck Nintendo. I don't even care if they're in the legal right or not. Just fuck Nintendo as a rule, as a moral axiom. Oh, hey, look at that. Totally glitched it there. Nice. But I also, at the same time, I kind of think it was a little bit silly to try and put Dolphin on Steam. Because the Dolphin team, as much as I love them because they've done so much good things for the emulation community, Dolphin is a hell of a good emulator, and it just keeps getting better and better. I kind of think they had to know that they were poking the bear. Like, in what world do they think that they can, you know, do something like that and not immediately draw Nintendo's Eye of Sauron to the entirety of emulation? Like, I don't know. It just seemed like such a... You know, the cynic in me wants to paint it as like a publicity stunt by the Dolphin team, but I'm sure they were well-meaning, or at least they haven't done anything to prove to me that they don't deserve anything other than the benefit of the doubt, but it seemed like a very foolish move to me. I guess is putting it in the nicest terms. Now, do I think that Dolphin should be on Steam? Hell yeah. Do I think they had a snowball's chance in hell? No. So, yeah, I don't know. It's... Y'all know I am very much pro-emulation. And in a lot of cases, pro-piracy. You know, let's just throw that out there. I think it is very moral to pirate certain games. In certain cases. Not in all cases. But, you know, Nintendo is a shitty company that has a reputation for hating emulation with a passion and does not have no. Just has no chill. Nintendo has no chill. Let's put it that way. Nintendo, you got no chill. Have you ever done the bombs only challenge run in Zelda 1? You can only get all the way up to Ganon without the sword. And I want to replay Wind Waker as well. You need a GameCube need to get a GameCube emulator. Well, Dolphin is on Steam. Well, Dolphin was briefly on Steam. Play Croc. Okay, we got 2 votes for Croc. And some Zelda 1. Oof. Well, I'm going to be honest. I suck at Zelda 1. I feel like Croc would be a better game to stream. So I think we're going to play some Croc after this. Assuming I have it, which I think I put it on here. I think I have the Saturn version at least. If we don't have the PS1 version, I'm pretty sure I have the Saturn version. I'm going to put a save state here because I don't feel like doing this level anymore. But I do want to beat it just because I said I would. Nintendo became the Antichrist when Satoru Iwata passed away. As much as I loved Satoru Iwata, they were the Antichrist long before he died. That man was a treasure as a developer, and I guess as a company president, but Nintendo was still very litigious even under his ruling. So, you know, as much as I love Satoru Iwata, as you should, he's a hell of a good guy, you know, Nintendo still sucked even back then. We be pirating CDR Mario. Oh, CDI Mario and Zelda today, laddies. Yes. Well, I mean, like, a good case for, like, a time when you should pirate a game is, like, in the case of, like... Oh, what the fuck? I was spinning there. You can't... You fucks. I'm so close to beating this level. I don't know why this level is so hard for me. But it was last time I played this game, too. I was, like, so freaking bullshit there. So bullshit. Oh my god. Yar, I be a valley pirate girl. We'll just do that. Fuck y'all. Fuck it. Done. Alright, cool. We're gonna play Croc next. CDA? Are you talking about the CDI? Like the Philips CDI games? I assumed that you misspelled CDI with the Mario and Zelda because that's the only way to play those games is to pirate them. Or actually play on CDI, but they're really expensive. Yeah, do I have Croc? I do have Croc. Huzzah. Nintendo say that Dolphin is using copyright material to decode the ROM and then play the game. Wonder how much of that can be rewritten, or if it will do a situation similar to BIOS that is copyright. Yeah, I'm not really sure what they're talking about there, but I've definitely thought that was the case, but that could just be like Nintendo being Nintendo. Like, you know, the only way that you're decoding this is by using our technology that we have copyright on or something like that. And I mean, as for like your other question, other part of your question, do you think they'll go after the, the rest of the emulation scene? I don't think any more than they already have been. You know, Nintendo's pretty much been fighting emulation for, you know, as long as emulation's been a thing. So, yeah. Oh, yeah, Philips CDI. I couldn't remember which letter it was. You're good. Look at those 2D textures floating in midair with 3D eyeballs and a crown on top of them. This is one of the first truly 3D games I ever played. I rented a PlayStation and this game way before I got my N64. I think I originally played Banjo-Kazooie. I think Banjo-Kazooie was the first 3D platformer I ever played, but it was only a very small amount at a Walmart demo. But I want to say this was This was definitely one of the first, like, truly 3D games I ever played. Did you hear that Croc HD Remake is in early development? What? Damn, I'm gonna hate that. Why don't they just make a new Croc game? Quit it, game industry, with your stupid fucking graphical remakes. I hate it. No. Stop it. Bad game industry. Just make sequels. Make new games. Hey, what's up, Wakos? How you doing? I'm doing good. Or doing well. I'm doing quite well. How are you, my dude? Welcome to the stream. Nintendo is a dumb company. Instead of attacking emulators, they can actually try releasing some of their games. No shit. Like, if you don't want people to pirate your shit, re-release it and make it more convenient. The number one killer of piracy is convenience. You know, anytime a game is inconvenient for somebody to play, or anytime piracy is more convenient for somebody than a legal way, you know, it just becomes so easy to justify for anybody. If you want your stuff to not be pirated, just make it convenient and cheap, you know, for people to access it. Like, I don't understand what's so hard about that concept. The reason Steam most games that are on Steam don't have big piracy issues is because Steam is like such a convenient service and shit goes on sale all the time. Probably just an oversight on the Dolphin team's part. It could have been. Yeah. Like I said, they haven't really done anything that, you know, shows to me like they don't deserve the benefit of the doubt. So the benefit of the doubt is that they just didn't think it through. But I don't know. I feel like if they would have stopped to think about it for like 10 minutes, they would have been like, oh, you know what? This is probably a bad idea. But hey, you know, whatever. I just got back from a rainy camping week, but it was a blast. Looking forward to catching up on this amazing lineup of a stream. Nice. Glad to hear it. Glad you got some rain somewhere. We finally got some rain this week, but we've been in a serious drought where I live for pretty much the last month and a half. It's been ridiculously dry. We still could use some more rain, but we did get some rain last week finally. Hooray for tank controls. Boing. Oh, I gotta tail whip it. Or not. I don't remember. Oh, camera. Another game I've been meaning to go back to and actually play through. I've never beaten this one. I have heard it gets quite bullshit towards the end. I do gotta say, you know, as much as I am against graphical remakes, it will be nice to play this game with not tank controls and some camera controls. So while I'm not a big fan of graphical remakes there, hombre, I could see the appeal. How do you ground pound? Is that something you get later? Ground pound? Ground pound. Nope. Okay. Well, as far as I know, it is an HD remake. Might be an HD remaster. Also, the true Dante is right there. Shut the fuck up, DFC. It's a joke, guys. What about Dante? The true Dante right there? I missed something. Let's go in this door here. I've been getting quite a bit of rain where I am. Not as good as you think. The humidity is off the hook. Yeah, last week the humidity has been insane because of the rain we got. And it's been really freaking hot. Ugh. I hate hot weather so much. My friend Matt was over last weekend, and he, after he left, I opened up the door, and I'm like, well, bye, see you later, and then I'm like, oh, God, it sucks out here. And he's just like, I was thinking it was, like, really nice out here, and I'm just like, no, It must be 20 below outside. And then I just went back into my icy, air-conditioned hovel. Okay, I know there's a ground pound. You must get it later or something. Oh, it's double tap the jump button. That's intuitive. I completely did that by accident there. Nice. I knew there was a ground pound. And also my nose itches. Ah. Doubt you'll get a copy strike for playing pissed. Yeah. I don't even worry about, damn it. I don't even worry about copyright strikes and stuff. That's mostly music that you have a problem with. Gameplay's usually pretty good. The only time I've ever got like a copyright thing for, oh right, that just turned. The only time I've ever gotten like a copyright notification for gameplay was like from some cutscene footage. Ah, shit. And I think it was only because it matched footage that was in a trailer. It was actually, ironically, it was for Sonic the Hedgehog 4. So no, it wasn't a cutscene. It was, no, I'm getting this confused with a different one. No, I got a copyright claim, not a strike. Copyright claim for using some trailer footage from Sonic 4. Because can you believe it? I didn't want to play that game and get some footage for it. So I just used the trailer as the footage. And then I got a copyright claim on that. But then another time, I forget what game it was, I used some cutscene footage very briefly, like it was like 5 seconds, and I got a copyright claim on that. But other than that, like you usually don't get copyright claims on gameplay, just music. Actually, the thing I've gotten the most copyright claims on over the years has been, ironically, big surprise, from Nintendo. And it was for, I forget which one, but there was this one Super Metroid track that I use as background music a lot, and I don't know how fucking they can claim that, or how like the system even detects that when I'm talking over it, but I've gotten claimed on that track so many times. I forget which one it was. Oh, it's like the opening music, like when Samus is talking about like the baby Metroid and stuff. Like whatever that music that plays there, like I've been claimed on that specific piece of music so many freaking times. Oh, I need to go down the well here. Sorry to all the, damn it, all the pro Croc players out there that are just cringing at my noob skills of Croc. I was probably 10 years old the last time I played this game. And maybe a little older. Dante is the name of the big King Shrek-looking guy? Oh, damn, I didn't know that. That is the true Dante, right? The big King-looking, Shrek-looking guy. Oh, we got the blue gem. Boingy, boingy, boingy. Oh, no, I didn't want to do the frickin' son of a bitch. I got the Gabos. The little furry guys are the Gabos, right? It's like Croc and the Legend of the Gabos. Oh, shit. Oh. Got so lucky there. So very lucky. Just don't use music from Nintendo and you'll be fine. Yes, Nintendo is a genetically augmented bloodhound for sniffing out anything copyright strike, of course. The devs at Nintendo are great. The business people and lawyers at Nintendo are beyond dumb. I agree. You know, even though I have a lot of problems with Tears of the Kingdom, it is a technical masterpiece. Just like the fact that like you can stitch a whole bunch of shit together and the frame rate doesn't just drop to nothing, and it's running on a Nintendo Switch, which is like the worst hardware on the market. That's pretty impressive. So yes, they're developers, at least technically speaking. I don't know, artistically, I don't know if Nintendo has the best developers. Technically speaking, they absolutely do. But I mean, artistically, they've done a lot of hit and miss things over the years. But yeah, regardless, Nintendo's business people and their lawyers can eat ass. A big, nasty ass. Ah! Depth perception. Boingy, boingy, boingy. Yeah, those little fuzzballs are the Gabos, and they are freaking adorable if you ask me. I want plushes of them. Yeah, they're pretty cute. I'm sure everyone here knows this, but if you don't, Croc started life as a Yoshi game. Yes, right, because this is Argonaut, the same people that worked on the original Star Fox, right? I believe so. And it became Croc when Nintendo said no and made Yoshi's Island instead. Honestly, I'm glad we have both. True. Oh, I got stuck on that. Oh, damn it. Oh, I'm still missing the yellow gem. Some bitch. Can I go down here? Ah, I can. You can see that in the ground pound at the Yoshi thing. Oh, yeah. Yeah, if only you had a flutter jump. It would just be a straight up Yoshi game. Yeah, it very much feels like a Yoshi game. But I'm kind of with you, Live Coil, that I'm also glad that they didn't end up making it a Yoshi game, because then we wouldn't end up with Yoshi's Island, although as I've said before, not a big fan of that game. But, Curse Splat. There we go, get that thing. Yeah! Oh, that's right. Enemies respawn, like, instantly in this game. Great design choice. Damn. Woo! We done beat a level. We ever played Doom on the PS1 on here? No, we haven't. I don't think I have that. Honestly, I don't, like, understand, well, I understand. I don't ever want to play a port of Doom. Let's just put it that way. I mean, I do it for stream, like, if on the stream, if somebody, like, requested it, obviously, but... How do I interact with the... Oh, okay, there we go. But, it's like, there are so many ports of Doom... And the DOS version, the real version of the game, is just so readily available. It's like, why would you play clearly inferior versions of Doom when the real version is so easy to access? I understand back in the day, like if you didn't have a PC and you know all you had was a PlayStation or like a Super Nintendo, you know, all I have is a Super Nintendo and I want to play this awesome looking game called Doom. Hell yeah, I'll play the freaking SNES port. Despite its, you know, major flaws. Although, I guess, you know, as far as the ports go, not a bad one. I'm not familiar enough with the PS1 version of Doom. Honestly, I didn't even know there was a PS1 version, but it does not surprise me because Doom is on fucking everything. I'm curious how you'll adapt to an old school way of aiming in an FPS. Well, I mean, were you on stream when I was playing GoldenEye earlier? Not well. look at that. Hit a gem and a demon. Strange Nintendo said no, though, when Yoshi's Safari exists. And that's a rail shooter. That is a little strange. Nintendo does weird things, and they always have. So, like, my guess would be, like, knowing that, I wonder if, like, they already had Yoshi's Island in the works when Argonaut, like, approached them about making, you know, a Yoshi game like this. And in Nintendo's mind, they can't have two... I don't know, it's like they can't have two games with the same character out around the same time, because that, like, in their mind, that dilutes the market. I can kind of see it nowadays, because Nintendo's fan base is like, you know, you don't want to release like a new 3D Mario game, like, right next to a new 3D Zelda game. You know, they have to be like a good ways apart, because it's the same audience, you know. So Nintendo doesn't want people like buying, you know, half the people in the audience buying one game and half the people buying the other. They want everybody in the audience to buy both of them. So if they release them far enough apart, then that will happen. So maybe that was their thinking with like the Yoshi's Island situation, was like, we already have a Yoshi game in the works that's made by, I believe that was made by the same people that made Super Mario World, right? Which was like their main Mario team at the time. No, turn. Ah, son of a bitch. Oh, there's jelly down there. Also, I forgot to ground pound these things up here. So if that were the case, I could totally see why they would pass on a second-party developer's interpretation of a Yoshi game. But there's also the idea that, you know, this is a 3D platformer, and, like, they had just spent all this time, like, working on... Oh, shit, I fucked up, so now I can't ground pound that one. They had spent all this time working on Super Mario 64, and they're like, hey, you know what, we got this game that we've been working on that's going to completely, like, you know, invent the 3D platformer genre as we know it. We kind of want that to be the only example of a 3D platformer going forward, because we believe so strongly in Super Mario 64. I don't know, I'm just speculating here that that might be the case. Granted, this game came out after Super Mario 64, but still. I imagine it was pitched around the same time, or at least while that game was in development. I needs to get a key to free the Gabos. Gabo Gabo. Curse Splat. There's the key. Oh yeah, there is a GBA version of Doom. I've played it. It's horrendous. It's so bad. Yeah, somebody I went to high school with had that, and that's like all they played on their Game Boy Advance, and I'm just like, how the fuck can you play this thing? It's just ridiculously bad. Yeah, you don't want to play Doom on Game Boy Advance. No, you do not. It is quite possibly... I don't know if it's the worst version of Doom out there, but it's pretty low bar. GoldenEye is incredible. GoldenEye is, I mean, like I said, I don't like the game. I appreciate the game. I'm still pretty tempted to say it's overrated, though. It gets a lot of credit from me for, you know, its time period and, you know, bringing FPSs to consoles finally, but it's not like it invented the genre. You know, like I want to say Quake was out by the time GoldenEye came out, right? Like, why would you want to play GoldenEye over Quake? I understand if all you have is an N64, that's your only option, but, you know, putting them side by side, there's no comparison. Or even Doom 2. Or any other FPS. So I don't know. It's hard for me to give GoldenEye the historical perspective take on it because it's only important insofar as it was important for console gaming. But first-person shooters were already well established and much better in every regard. So yeah, I don't know. I will give it credit. I think it's a genuinely historically important game. I don't fault people for loving it. I do think it's very overrated, though. Oh, no. GoldenEye is vastly better than Quake? Oh, no. Quake is a fucking masterpiece. Well, okay. It has its problems. Compared to GoldenEye, it's a fucking masterpiece. No, I am sorry. Damn. Shots fired. GoldenEye is better than Quake? No fucking way. What planet are you even on, my dude? I love Live Coil. I love you like a brother. But you're so wrong. Quake is ass. What the fuck? What planet do you people live on? To be fair, I haven't played it in a long time, but I mean, I don't... Quake is ass. What? Now that's just being mean. I never said GoldenEye was ass, and y'all are shooting shots now. If you really want to know my feelings on GoldenEye, fuck GoldenEye. I'm trying to be nice, because I know we got GoldenEye fans in the crowd. But y'all are forcing my hand now, so... Oh, I absolutely agree that Doom is better than Quake, but Quake is a million times better than GoldenEye, and far more important as far as Twitch shooters go, or just any FPS for that matter. What about Unreal? I know Unreal came out a little later, but, like... Never played GoldenEye, and I don't think I will. The controls will be a nightmare for me. Yes, love Quake, though. Thank you, Tanish. Yeah. You don't want to play GoldenEye. I wasn't paying attention. Sure, this one. Nailed it. Team Fortress 2 is a sequel to a Quake mod. Sure is. Wait, Team Fortress 1 was a Quake mod? I thought it was a Half-Life mod. I'm just a James Bond fan. I don't think Quake is ass. I apologize. Okay, alright. That's fine. You know, strong feelings can be shared. That's fine. I don't think GoldenEye is ass. I do think it's overrated, but I think it's a good game for its time. And the platform it was on. I will say, there is that one GoldenEye Source. I should play that. I would probably like that a lot more because it's literally just GoldenEye on the Source engine, so it actually has like good FPS controls. I'd probably really like it then, because you know it's not like the level design, it's not like the missions or anything like that. It's literally just the controls for me. And GoldenEye, like, I will never jive with the control scheme in GoldenEye. So, I mean, I might be able to... I probably should play, like, GoldenEye Source and just, you know... play it with a keyboard and mouse, and I'd probably like it a lot more. Just go away, broski. Shadow the Hedgehog is better than Doom, Quake, and GoldenEye combined, so no one ever. Oh, man. Correct. Yeah, there's another thing, like, So one, GoldenEye's a movie licensed game, so it's hard. Not saying that makes it bad. Well, again, I don't think it's a bad game. It's hard for me to appreciate movie licensed games, or it's harder for me. Like, they have to be really good for me to appreciate like a licensed game. And I'm not a James Bond fan. I never really understood the appeal of James Bond personally. So I could see, like, if you're a James Bond fan, GoldenEye is probably a massive deal. I didn't want to do that. Actually, I haven't gone through this door. Let's go through this door. Might be biased to Quake because I did have to make a level for it for University. I wonder how well that map is with actual people. Interesting. Nice. Shadow is great in a so bad it's good kind of way. It is kind of fun in a bad way, yeah. It's pretty cringe, but I mean, if you'll enjoy like cringe compilations on YouTube, you'll probably like Shadow the Hedgehog. Oh. This is probably the exit, right? Boingy. The GoldenEye Game Pass remaster, not on PC? I have no idea what you're talking about, Veg. I know there was there was a remake of GoldenEye on the Nintendo Wii a long time ago. Oop. But I mean, as I've said before, like, you know, I don't like it unless it's like the kind of remaster that like just upscales the graphics. I'm not interested because like I like enjoying the games, you know, the way they were meant to be played. I don't like graphical remakes. Yeah, to an extent, a lot of the music is really good. I Am All of Me is one of my favorite vocal tracks from the whole franchise. The cut song from Magnify, Who I Am, is great too. I have shitty gaming opinions. I mean, I didn't want to say it, Stuffies, but no. Your opinions are not shitty. They are just different from my own. No, a shitty gaming opinion would be like, Call of Duty is the best game ever? Only the Modern Warfares? Let's get some, get some gems here. What time is it? It's 5 o'clock. I'm gonna stream just a little bit longer because it's gonna be my last stream for a while, so. Get your fill. Get your fill of me. And my opinions that piss people off. When I was a kid, get through the door, Croc. Come on. When I was a kid, we got a GameCube. We went to the flea market to buy a video game, and we almost got Shadow the Hedgehog because it was cheap. We dodged a bullet and cut Scooby-Doo Night of 100 Frights. How's that game? Is that game good? The Wii remake was decent, except the fact it's on the Wii. Come on. Not as good as the original, but I had fun with it for a while. Worth a playthrough. I think Bubsy is better than Banjo. Now that is ass. Yeah. I mean, as much as I love the Bubster, that's just not true. I could see an argument for Bubsy 3D being better than Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts. You know. Technically speaking, Nuts and Bolts is a better game, but I think Bubsy 3D is a more artistically important game. But compared to like Banjo-Kazooie or Banjo-Tooie, yeah, not even close. If you're streaming for just a while longer, end with Wild Guns on SNES or Legend of Zelda. All right, let's do it. I'm gonna flip a coin. I don't have a coin. Nobody has a coin. I'm gonna flip this thing here. This is heads. That's tails. Let's play Zelda. Well, that was fun. I gotta play some more Croc. I gotta take the time to actually play through that whole game one of these days. Let's end with some Legend of Zelda here. It's probably under T. The Legend of Robin Hood. That's what you want to play. Actually, I have played this game. No, I played No, I did play this game. This game's not that bad, actually. Legend of Kage. Weird game, not a bad game. Where's Legend of Zelda? Did I just completely overlook it? Seriously? Is it not under The Legend of Zelda? It's probably just under Legend of Zelda? What? Oh, you know what? I bet it's under Z, because I probably have the Japanese title. Well, not the Japanese version, but it probably has a Japanese title. Yep, Zelda no Densetsu 1, the Hyrule Fantasy. Which is The Legend of Zelda. Nah, the only bad gaming opinion is devs don't try hard enough, or crunch means a game has better graphics. Yeah, those are pretty bad opinions. I mean, some devs don't try hard enough. Let's be real. But crunch is the one about crunch. Yeah, crunch is never justified. The only reason to buy COD is zombies. I've been playing COD Cold War Zombies, and it's fun. There's been so many people that have told me that same thing over the years. It'll be Dingus. Let's go with Dingus. The Legend of Dingus. Oh, that's Dinugus. That's our name, Dinugus. The Legend of Dinugus. I heard a weird noise. I got like a bird feeder outside my window, and the squirrels like it. I think I just heard like 2 squirrels beating the crap out of each other. It scared the shit out of me. It's fine. Donkey Kong 64 is better than Banjo-Tooie. Now that is a bad opinion. And now you're gonna tell me you were being legit there. Yeah, we're not doing a bomb-only run because I can barely beat this game as is. This game's pretty rough around the edges. Durr. More fun than the endless grind from Modern Warfare 2, the second Modern Warfare 2, because I made the mistake of purchasing the Battle Pass. Oof, yeah, I'm sorry to hear that. Legendary Wings played for a second just now. That's a great 2D shooter. Recommend it for those sick of Life Force. Huh, never played that one. I'll have to check it out. How could you be sick of Life Force, though? Dinugus should be your SoundCloud rapper name. Dinugus. What's the difference between Super Lucky's Tale and the new Super Lucky's Tale? I honestly have no idea because I have not played any of the Lucky's Tale games. And I've also kind of been confused if they're like the same game or if that's a sequel or yeah. I don't have shit for rupees. That sounds like the GoldenEye fans coming to get you. Probably. Wouldn't be the first angry mob to come after me for a hot take. It's usually Zelda fans. Every time I have an opinion on Zelda, people get pissed. Zelda fans have no chill. I mean, like, diehard Zelda fans have no chill. Just cannot take any amount of criticism of their favorite games. Sonic fans, though. Sonic fans, it's a 50-50. See, I'm already getting my ass kicked. Ah! Sonic fans are a 50-50. Some of them are like, yep, we know it's shit, but I still love Sonic. The other half are like, nuh-uh, freaking Sonic Heroes is amazing. It's the best game ever. I'm sorry, Aiden. I don't actually know what your opinion on Sonic Heroes is, but I hate that game. Zelda 2 greater than Zelda 1. I like them both about the same, actually, so I could see an argument being made one way or the other. Yeah, Zelda 2 is an underrated game, in my opinion. It's got a lot of bullshit in it, though, but this game's got a lot of bullshit in it, too, so, you know, there's that. James Bond is in your house right now! Oh, God! Yeah, possibly. Someone needs to make a Zelda parody game called Legend of Dinugus. Now I will pay for you. Super Lucky's Tale was, I think, an Xbox One exclusive, but then when it was ported to the Switch as New Super Lucky's Tale and had a few bug fixes and tweaks, I think that's all it is. And was there a Lucky's Tale game before Super Lucky's Tale? That's the part I don't understand. Or was Super Lucky's Tale the first game? I hate how sword is the A button and item is the B button. I feel like it should be the other way around, but hey, that's me. I don't think you could change that in this, can you? No, you sure can't. At least in Link to the Past, you can put it on whatever button you want. Sonic Heroes is a great game, and I'm Mrs. Doubtfire. Hello! So Lucky's Tale and Super are the same game, but with a few tweaks. Oh god, I hate that. I think more costumes, a little more story, and Lucky himself running on 2 legs instead of all 4 of his limbs? What? So, like, the Super version is, like, just an updated version of the first game? Why? God, I hate Microsoft. I think they were the publisher of that, right? Or... they had like exclusivity on Lucky's Tale for a while. That's what it was. Oh yeah, wasn't the original Lucky's Tale like an Oculus game or something like that? Super Lucky's Tale on the Xbox One was the original. Well, now that I'm thinking about it, wasn't Lucky's Tale like an Oculus tech demo at one point, or am I thinking a different game? I don't mind Sonic Heroes. It was my second Sonic game, so there's a little nostalgic bias, but there was a time where I hated it, though I hadn't played it in years. I think it's flawed, but decent. Fair. I think it's trash, not flawed, but decent. I could respect that opinion. No, that was a game that I was in denial about for a while, and... my opinion is that everybody else is it. But, no, when I first got that game, I was super excited to play it, and I remember liking it, but I always, like, even early on, like, I just remember having it in the back of my head, like, this game isn't as good as I want it to be, but I, like, tried to like it for what it was, and then the more I played it, the more I just came to hate it over the years. Could be worse. Could be Sonic 06, though. So, there's that. Ultra hot take. Super Mario Galaxy controls like shit, and the camera is worse than Mario 64. I 100% agree with you, Stuffies. Fucking Galaxy games are shit. They are, let me rephrase that. They are shit, but I wish they were better because there's so much to like about those games, but they control so bad, and the fucking gravity mechanic is so awful, and the games are so fucking linear. They're just, I don't know. They're all flash and no substance, in my opinion. I understand why it controls like that, because I don't think they could have got the gravity mechanics to work without those ass controls, but yeah, I don't like the Galaxy games. So, yeah, we, unless you're being facetious here, this is one of your shit opinions you're throwing out. I 100% agree with that. I should have... Oh, I don't have shit for rupees. I was gonna say I should have bought some bombs before I came in here. If you want a good, speaking of Legend of Zelda parody games, if you want a good, like, OG Legend of Zelda parody game, It'll Do and It'll Do 2. I can't recommend the second one, really. I haven't played it, but it's probably good. Since when are there fucking wall masters in the first dungeon? I don't remember that. What? What? I don't remember no fucking wall masters in the first goddamn dungeon. Shows how long it's been since I played this game. Hello, Aquamentus. Weird unicorn dinosaur thing, you. I hate Amy and Sonic Heroes. This time you'll have no choice but to marry me, Sonic. That sends Big the Cat and Vanilla to beat him into submission. Repulsive. The camera is worse in Galaxy than it is in Super Mario 64. Is so true. Yeah, it really is. It's pretty bad. Speaking of Sonic, boy Sonic Prime is good looking, but really boring. Was surprised seeing Man of Action. Ow. Should probably pay attention. Ow. Should probably pay attention. There we go. I was really surprised seeing Man of Action a part of that. I don't know who that is or what that is. The same team. Oh, the same team of Ben 10 and Generator Rex. That's probably why the animation's so good. Heroes isn't my fave by any stretch, but it's not the worst thing to come from Sonic. No, you're right. The well goes a lot deeper. I could think of many things worse than Heroes. Cough, cough. Penders making Scourge effing Bunny Rabbit in the Archie comics. I don't even know about that. I do know the whole Ken Penders. Was it Ken Penders? I think it was. Thing. Yeah, I tried, like... Well, this is a completely different tangent. I've never gotten into comic books. I've tried. When I worked at Best Buy and I had a lot of disposable income, and there was a comic book shop nearby, too, so, like, I would stop after work pretty frequently, and I've never been into superheroes, so it's kind of always hard for me to find comics that I was interested in. I tried to go for more, like, fantasy-oriented comics, which there aren't a lot of good ones anyway, at least not anymore. So, like, I'm like, you know what, why don't I, instead of spending my money on these comics and taking a chance, why don't I, like, get the Sonic comics and try to read those? And I tried. They are... Yeah. I never got to the, like, point where they got past, like, the Sad-Am storyline. So I didn't get very far in the Sonic comics, but yeah. It wasn't my cup of tea. Buy something, will ya? Don't I already have a shield? I do have a shield. Get some bombs. The linearity is the worst part of the Galaxy game. Sunshine was laid out the nicest, and Mario 64 had the best aesthetic. Really? I think Sunshine had the best aesthetic, personally, but I see what you're getting at. And then Odyssey came along, and Lifecoil's going to say I didn't get into Galaxy, into Odyssey, but then Odyssey came along and perfected it all. Except it is a little bit bloated towards the end. That's my one criticism of Odyssey. Ow, ow. Shit, fuck. Imagine being so incompetent as a corporation, a Ken Penders situation happens. Imagine hiring Penders to start with, yeah. Gotta go, see you whenever. I'll probably reply to the email with more licensed games. Please do, Tadish. Hopefully next time I stream we can start with the licensed game roulette. And I should probably go too. I'm getting quite tired. As much as I would like to keep playing some Zelda, because I was having fun there. At least we beat the first dungeon. Not a huge thing, but yeah. I love the Archie comic, Sonic. There was some horrible moments, but also some great ones. And when it was at its peak for me, Penders fucked it up. Nice. That's fair. If you're into manga/anime, there's plenty of non-superhero stuff in the manga world. Lots of fantasy. Yeah, I'm definitely a lot more into manga than... Actually, I do read quite a bit of manga, but... yeah, American comic books or, like, you know, Western comic books, I've had a hard time getting into. There really haven't been any that I've gotten into. Just because I didn't grow up with them, because I grew up out in the country and we didn't have a comic book store anywhere near me, and I didn't know anybody who read comics. The closest exposure I had to comic books was my dad would get like Conan the Barbarian comics, which I think he bought at the gas station. I don't actually know where he bought those for sure. I always assumed it was a gas station, like when he stopped, you know, for a pack of smokes or something like that. So like, I guess that's kind of what I've always been drawn to, at least as far as Western comics go. That or comic strips, because like whenever I would spend the night at my grandparents' house, they would always have like the state paper, which would always have like the Sunday morning would have the comics in it, comic strips and stuff. So as far as like Western comics go, I've always been more drawn to fantasy-oriented stuff or like gag stuff, comic strip style. But then manga is kind of like whatever for me. Like as long as it's good, I'll kind of get into it. As soon as I'm done reading A Song of Ice and Fire, which I'm on the last book right now, probably got like another 2-3 weeks before I'll finish that because it's so fucking long. I'm planning on starting Berserk because I've always wanted to, you know, read the Berserk manga, and you know, it's unofficially finished right now because the creator died, unfortunately. So I guess now is as good as time any to get into Berserk. So yeah. I used to read my dad's Tintin collection as a kid. That was all I had in terms of comic. Nice. Yeah, Tintin's something I never got into, but I've always known about. There are a surprising number of Tintin games as well. I think there's one on the Sega Genesis, actually. As much as I love Sunshine's aesthetic, the whole game being beach gets in the way a lot. That's fair. There isn't a lot of variety in Sunshine. It does have a lot of cohesion. I think they did really well with that, but I totally get where you're coming from because there's not a lot of variety, for sure. Oh, my brother is reading Berserk. He loves it. Nice! Yeah, I'm a massive, you know, Dark Souls fan, and, you know, Dark Souls takes a lot of inspiration from Berserk, so I'm quite excited to dive into that. I really like dark fantasy stuff like that. I had a childhood friend who loved Tintin. We saw the movie together. Nice. But alright, this was fun, man. Thank you for streaming one more time. Good luck on your projects. Looking forward to more. I cannot wait to share with you what the stuff I've been working on. Hopefully you'll definitely be hearing from me sooner than me starting up streaming again. So hopefully I'll be back in like September-ish. If not, I will definitely be back for a Halloween stream at the very least. So y'all have a wonderful rest of your summer and all that stuff. I'm getting very sleepy at this point, so I'm going to go play some more Dave the Diver, because that's what I've been playing the last couple of days. Quite good. Highly recommend it. All right. I will see y'all sometime. I don't know. Talk to y'all later. Bye, everyone.